wengi watadhani kwamba ni amri jeshi mkuu, lakini ni mmoja wetu hapa. Anakuja kuomba ruhusa ya kukagua garide, kwamba tumpe nafasi yake.
who is the Registrar, Masai Mara University. We also have the pleasure of having among us Mr. Ambrose Rachier, Senior Partner at Rachier and Amolo Advocates, and also Chairman Gor Mahia Kogalo FC. We also privileged again today to host our dear Pastor Selena. She was here last time. Let us appreciate her. We also among us, we also have Dr. Kilimo Ruto. He was here last time. And among us, we have a very important teacher in the school, one that introduced us here before he left to pursue other interests. We have Dr. Fred Odindo from the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology. He was also Dr. Juang's teacher, physics teacher, actually. You know, Dr. Juang pursues physics. We also have the pleasure of having among us Reverend Canon Dr. Atong, our PA chair. Welcome, sir. We also have members of the Parents Executive. Kindly just stand and wave. We have quite a number. Members of the PA who are present. Can I welcome them? I also like to welcome my colleagues kindly to move forward so that we can be introduced briefly. Kindly join me as we introduce you briefly. Our guests, Sawagongo High School has a teaching staff of 100. There are 16 of them are on teaching practice, and 84 teach these boys on a daily basis in different departments, led by our chief principal, Mr. Morris Ogutu. Kindly, colleagues, you can just wave in the interest of time. Let us wave back to our teachers. Thank you so much. You may resume your seats. Lastly, let me say this. This event here today is organized by one of our most respected old boy of this school. He's been here several times to visit this school and also support this school in many areas. For instance, you've seen the new basketball court that is coming up. He's responsible for that. He's also responsible for our unique, these ones you can't find anywhere, street lights. You can't find them anywhere. You can only find them in Sawagongo High School. Presently, I've seen boys practicing the use of the piano. That piano was also donated courtesy of Dr. Juang. Let us appreciate. And many other things that I cannot mention in this short time. What are we saying? That come to Sawagongo High School, do well, and finally come back to be of benefit to those who will come after you. Thank you very much for listening. Let me take this opportunity to welcome our chief principal to come and conduct the rest of the ceremony. Let us welcome our chief principal as he comes to conduct the rest of the ceremony. He'll give us the guidance of the activities to take place from this one. Let us welcome our chief principal. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Let's appreciate our deputy principal. Thank you so much. Because of time, allow me to ride on this already established protocol. Our chief guest, we are happy to have you. It's rare to get a professor seated amongst you. And we are not just having one, we have two. And not just two, there are other 4 that are on the way to becoming professors, including Dr. Dindo. We are proud. We are proud to have you. And we've been told Dr. Dindo was a long-time teacher of Sawagongo High School. And that is why he taught Dr. Juang. And I was trying to trace his house, where the houses where he stayed in this compound. Our dear guests, we are grateful that you found time to come to our school. This is Sawagongo School. Sawagongo School is currently made of 2,310 students with the 100 teachers, 48 support staff that are here. This year we are registering in Form 4 561 candidates that are going to sit exams, and that is the largest in the history of this school. We are happy that this lot seated here are the ones that we are bringing to you to the university, all of them. So please prepare the space. I'm already asking we have the registrar here of Masai Mara University, Dr. Dino here. So we are bringing 560 from Sawagongo, 561. Please give us enough space. We want to take them up. I want to allow me to single out Dr. Julius Ojuang for his special dedication and commitment to this school. Dr. we are proud of you. We are proud to mention your name in any forum. Because we are also old boys of other schools, but we don't do what you are doing. That is why you are very special. If you ask the people behind you there, they also belong to other schools. Ask them what they have done in those schools. Just ask one of them what they have done to their schools. You may not get a good answer. You may not get a good answer, but that is why, Dr. we treat you in a very special way. You have a special heart. And you have, I think Sawagongo is at the center of your heart. And we have enjoyed your assistance and commitment. The other day, some colleague principals visited this school, and then they told me I must be a very wasteful person and very extravagant. But how do I spend money buying such kind of street lights that are only seen in State House? Why have I spent all that money? So when I told them I've not spent even a coin, they are not believing. So if there was anybody extravagant, it could be you, but not me that use. These security lights that our deputy has said are only found in Sawagongo in the Republic of Kenya. Some people thought that I wanted just to look special, so I bought these ones. I didn't buy them. Dr. Juang did them, and literally everything that you see there. If you come to this school in the night, it is beautiful. Thank you, Dr. for this. I want to mention that as we are seated here, Doc, I know you have a lot of interest in sports. Our basketball team is playing at the regionals, representing Siaya County. As we talk in Kisumu, our rugby team is also representing Siaya County at the regionals now in Kisumu. Our games department are there in Kisumu representing Siaya, and we still expect a lot of things. In a special way, the chairman of GOR, Wakili Ambrose Rachir, is not just a guest, but he comes from this locality. He has come home. And I have talented sportsmen here, so I brought the chairman so that you can register with him in advance for trials. You can register with him in advance for trials. I don't want to take much time. I want to invite Julius to come. One of the guests want to leave to another function, but he said this is too important for him to miss, and therefore I want to ask our convener to come and invite him to talk to us. Thank you and welcome.
Good evening, school. So I won't talk much. I'm just going to invite our guests so that he can be on his way. But let me just make one very important point, guys. This event is about you and it's for you, okay? So hopefully you've come with expectant heart and ready to receive the various words of wisdom from our speakers. So without any further ado, let me invite the chairman of Gor Mahia, Mr. Ambrose Rachie. He's also the senior partner of Rachel and Amolo Advocates. Now the Amolo stands for Amolo Otiende, if you know him, the MP for Arieda. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you very much. The chief guest, Professor Ratemo Micheka, the principal, chief principal of Sawagongo, Mr. Morris Oiti. Have I got it wrong? Ogutu, sorry, Ogutu. Please excuse that slip of the tongue. Professor Ndeda, I don't want to mention everybody, the distinguished guests, students, before students I say teachers, students, parents, ladies and gentlemen. It is my very great pleasure to be invited here to say a few words. I must first of all take this singular opportunity to thank Dr. Julius Ojwang for this very rare generosity in our country. I met Dr. Ojwang sometime the middle of last century when he had come to my office to kind of sign documents for him as he was proceeding to study in the United States. As you have been told, he's an alumni, 1992. Now the students, was there anybody here born 1992? So somebody is taking care of the school which he left in 1992. And the chief principal has posed a very important question, that how many of us have done or about to do what Dr. Ojwang is doing for this school, appreciating the school where his roots came from. I don't want to talk for a long time. I just got a few things to say. It's my elder brother who was an alumni in this school. I don't know what number he was, but he left here in Form 4 in 1970. Yes. But your speaker, the present speaker, left the Alliance High School Form 6 in 1970 also. So how old do you think the speaker is at the moment? Don't guess and don't say. Now, what do I want to say that is of importance? What is of importance from the example of Dr. Ojwang is to emulate, to give back to society. So when you eventually qualify, please give back to the society. The second very most important thing is to interrogate, to find out why is he doing this. He is a generous man. He's a man who cares about the welfare of humanity. He's earning nothing. He doesn't want to be a politician, and he's assured me about that. So, gift of God. 2, discipline. If you ask me the success, what is behind the success of most of the people that I have known in my life is self-discipline. So if you want to be a successful student, just don't talk about academic brilliance. You must be imbued with discipline, self-discipline. And out here, what we preach is integrity. Please write down integrity. One thing that is ailing our society is lack of integrity. So when you see a lot of disagreements, disputes, it's just lack of discipline, lack of integrity. So the last one, or second last one, is hard work. But you need to work hard as students. Please work hard. Apply yourself. In sports, I always tell my players, jitume. Apply yourself. So that if you combine discipline, integrity, and hard work, then you are on the way to success. But above all, is the fear of God. You must have a belief in God. You may choose to be of any other denominations, but the center of it is the fear of God, the respect of God, because you are always asked, what governs your life? What guides you? And if you see all those tenets that come from God, it's about discipline. I think that is all that I want to tell you. And as far as sports is concerned, you have seen who are going to play the finals tomorrow of the World Cup. From somebody who are playing Chelsea with Paris Saint-Germain. Qui parle français ici? Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un entre vous qui parle français? On enseigne français ici? Alors, il faut lever la main si vous parlez français. Hein? Et je vous avertis, c'est là très très important d'apprendre les langues internationales pour employer si vous voyagez d'ici, aller au Congo ou ça. So I want just to say I am going for a funeral of my auntie, and I'm the one kind of causing the alteration, and I want to thank you, appreciate what you've done. So, Dr. John, you want me to make some presentation? No. So I want to say it is open now. We are recruiting. The age of joining Gorma here is age 16, not the age of majority, which is 18. So if you have anybody, or if any of you are interested, I will leave my number with the chief principal so that you can apply. We do trials, then you can get there. Samuel Eto'o started playing in the World Cup when he was 13. That's a good example. And if you see Lamine Yamal, how old is he? So you will be able to join. Let me say thank you very much for this opportunity. Okay, let's all rise now. Congratulations to that band, yes. Okay. Okay, Kogalo, Gor Magia, Kogalo, Okay, which are the teams which are crying?
Thank you. Let's
Podium where a cheer is. It's also a pleasure to me as I invite the next team for entertainment. We have the religious groups. Kindly let us move here.
Good afternoon once again. At this wonderful moment, we want to take the opportunity to thank the Almighty God for bringing us this far. I was once told that Sawagongo is a haven of intellectual, not a haven of mediocrity. And the core values of Sawagongo is academic excellence, development of talents, and also to provide people who are patriotic to Sawagongo and to the nation. To our guest, Dr. Juan, we want to tell you that we are joining you very soon in the US. And that's why we are working hard. We are joining you. I have a song as a talent, and also a thanksgiving to my fee pair.
Song Mbarikiwe Sawagongo, mbarikiwe. Mbarikiwe walimu, mbarikiwe. Mbarikiwe, 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 mbarikiwe sana. Mbarikiwe, 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 mbarikiwe sana. Nasema mbarikiwe Sawagongo, mbarikiwe. Mbarikiwe wageni, mbarikiwe. Mbarikiwe daktari, mbarikiwe. Mbarikiwe, 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 mbarikiwe sana. Mbarikiwe, 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 mbarikiwe sana. Mbarikiwe Chifu Ogutu, mbarikiwe. Ubarikiwe daktari, ubarikiwe. Walimu wote wewe mubarikiwe. Mbarikiwe, 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 mbarikiwe sana. Mbarikiwe Yesu pole pole. Mbarikiwe, mbarikiwe sana. Mbarikiwe, mbarikiwe, mbarikiwe. Mbarikiwe, mbarikiwe, mbarikiwe. Mbarikiwe, 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 mbarikiwe sana. Mbarikiwe, 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 mbarikiwe sana.
I just want to say that we are, on my behalf and on behalf of the parents of Sawagongo High School, we are really, really grateful for this gesture, and we want to register our thanks in advance for all that you have been able to do, Dr. Joang and all the team, and we look forward to an enriching session from you, our professors, and all our guests as you speak to our students. I think if there are any occasions that I used to enjoy during my days in high school, were occasions like this, when you have professionals and you have people who are serious in the community coming to talk to you and just to share with you their experience. Is that exciting to you? Yes. Hello? Yes. And as a parent and also as a teacher sometime, let me see your notebook. Can you lift it up? Kama uko na notebook. Hello? Angalia yule ambaye hana notebook ni karibu na wewe. Muulize, kwani wewe kichwa yako ni kompyuta? Hebu muulize, wewe ni kichwa yako ni kompyuta? Wow, you know you can't come for such a session, oh friends, and you are just walking as if you are going to Kwath. Mnajua Kwath? Yeah. Watu wenye wanaenda Kwath ndio wanatembea tu, wakikutana na mawe watarusha huko ama jiwe ama stick huko, eh? So if you can get ready with your notebook, you will definitely get something that can impact into your life and help you as you grow and as you be molded in your academia. So I want to say thank you so much. I want to, it's not my day, Chief Principal. Mine was just exciting to come and see and welcome our guests, and also to say that we are happy as parents, and also as a member of the board. I can see our chair is not here. We want to say that we are very, very grateful for your time and for really making it possible to come here. These days people are so busy. Finding just an hour to sit before a professor, an hour to sit before a professional is not an easy thing. So students, you are blessed, and take it as an honor. Amen. Can you clap for our guests? That's the way you clap in Sawagongo. Wow. Can you do a better clap for our guests? Thank you so very much. We want to wish you a very lovely day. I will have to leave because of some other activity that is before me, and we want to say blessings to you all. Thank you.
From now, moving forward, I hope we are going to gain much. I'm getting the sound. We remember that sound, sindio? Yeah? You remember it. That means you are there, you are attentive that particular time. At this particular point, Pastor Chelimo, welcome and take over the session.
You can try better than that. Wewe wacha kuharibu. Hapana. All right, it's okay. Our guests today are Professor, our Chief Principal, and all distinguished guests, our teachers, the young and very strong men and women, and also our students. Praise the Lord. Amen. You still remember my name? Yes. I am who? Atiyo. Haribuge jina yangu. Jina langu naitwa Salina Chelimo Cheruyot Wekesa. Born in Baringo, married Western, preaching in Nandi. Sio iko sawa? Walewa nayo. Iko sawa? Thank you so much. Receive my greetings from Nandi County this morning. Nilipotoka waliniambia salimia Sawarians. Pokea salamu hizo. Asante sana. Before I say 1, 2, allow me to be an MC for a few minutes, and then tutasaidiana na MC. I'm grateful to be here today. Somebody told me, Professor, if you are not grateful, you are a grateful. So I'm grateful to be here today. Yes, I'm grateful to be here today. When I was here the other time, there is a young boy who was in Form 1 last year, and I asked him, what do you want to be in future? He told me, I want to be a doctor. And I asked him, which grade were you having in your last exam? He told me, unfortunately, it was P+. So I want to see that boy and ask him the progress. Where are you? It's good to follow. I'm a mentor. I do mentorship programs. So where is the boy? He was in Form 1. Na alipewa kakamkate wapi? Yes, come tell us the progress. Ni mzuri kufuatilia. Rio jamaa wengine hapa wanaingia wakiwa daktari, wanamaliza wakiwa daktari ya mitishamba. So we want to really hear from him what is happening, what is going on. Hey, jamaa lika innocent sibule sa here you go innocent. All right. Just come. How are you? How is the progress? Tell us, are you still having that vision? Tell us the progress. Now, uniambie, is your grade still unfortunately or okay?
Thank you for the chance.
Yes. Song up. Yes.
At that particular time, I can remember I had told you. Yes. Unfortunately at that time I had scored a B-, and now I'm at B plane.
Wow, nice. Since want to be a doctor?
Yes, I still want to be a doctor. And
your principal, so that principal ashika macho yako. Unapata kwa wrong place ujue tunajua wewe ni daktari. And
I still want to be a doctor, and even as Dr. Julius Ojwang, I would like to travel abroad like him. And also I would wish that even other students to do well, and also to be optimistic. Even if things are not going well, we can still be optimistic and change our future.
Wow.
Thank you.
Nice. Let's appreciate this young man. Asante sana. If I will be invited next year, I will follow you again. Na naomba sana nikaribishe next year and the other year, so that I will follow your life. Thank you so much. And today we are blessed to have many guests. from all over Kenya. You know, Sawagongo is one of the best schools that I've ever attended. Yesterday, I was in West Pokot, a school called Nasagol Girls. There, it's a good school, but I was shindi nyinyi. Muko sawa bwana. Paka street lights. Ay, ni mumeendelea. So we want to appreciate our guests. So tayarisha makofi, tupige ile makofi yetu. So that nitamalizia kwa kusema yangu machache. Today we have Dr. Kilimo, a great friend of mine, is coming to say something to you young men. Can we prepare the urn for all of our visitors? Nikifanya unachapa moja kali. Tayarisha. Karibu sana daktari.
Gentlemen, how are you? Hebu kotea jirani yako mwambie achukue usito. Alafu mwambie yeye you are seated next to a man. Angalia huyo jamaa mwambie you are seated next to a man. Professor Ratemo Waya Micheka, our chief guest today. I was just looking at your CV, and man, you've done so much. You're such an inspiration. I even didn't know that you were with NEMA at some point. Yeah, it's really a blessing to have you here. The founding Vice Chancellor of Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, the university that produced the man who have caused us to be here today, Dr. Ojwang. You got such a big heart. How many boys want to grow the list of Dr. Ojwang, that you're just another Dr. Ojwang who is about to become? Put up your hand. Look at your neighbor, tell your neighbor, you will either be part of the solution or part of the problem to be solved. The reason why we come here today with a lot of love is to make sure that you don't become the problem we will be solving. We don't want to solve you. Be part of the solution. That's my encouragement to you guys today. Last time I was here, I asked you to be so bold. And this is a wonderful school. I mean, when I heard the principal talking about your school, you know, it just fell short of saying there are only 2 schools in Kenya. Sawagongo boys and others. May that difference be displayed when you leave Sawagongo boys. That you will not only be in a school with a difference, but you will also be different when we meet you out there. Because the environment that packaged you and released you was significantly unique and powerful. Ndio niketi chini, nataka niwaabishe, weka mkono juu ya right. Put up your right hand. Unajua mimi naabishanga watu. Sema I so and so. Kwani wewe unaitwa so and so? Hapo kwa so and so weka jina yako. Sawa sawa. Aya, one more time. Sema I so and so. Today I declare that I am a blessed child. I declare that I shall be great. I declare that I shall be a blessing to myself, to my family, to Sawagongo, to my community, and to the whole world. I am ready to pay the price for my success. I refuse to be cheated. I refuse to be confused. I refuse to be stupid. So help me God. Welcome, God, chin. Boys, it's my prayer that along these corridors, you will not be confused. Amen. At every given moment, utilize your head. Utilize your head. You know, there are some people who have suspended their brains until further notice. Wanatumia kichwa ya jirani. Unapatikana jamaa misbehave, unamwambia ni aje bwana, anakuambia sio jamaa walikuwa wanafanya. Nikafanya. Boys, be tired of carrying a 6 kilograms head that does not assist you. Choka kubeba kichwa kilo 6 yenye haikusaidii. Kichwa iko suppose kuketisha darasa, inakupeleka toilet na hata una haja. Shika kichwa yako, jiombe, pray for yourself. Get hold of your head. Say, oh my head, may you assist me. Saidia ndugu yako, kwa sababu if it doesn't succeed atakusumbua. Shika kichwa ya jirani yako, mwambia bro, ninakuombea kichwa yako ikusaidia. Amen. How many of you are giving me a promise that Gilima, I will make use of my head? Put up your hand. Now put down your hand as I conclude. I want to ask you guys that put your best foot forward. Try. Stand up and fight like a man. Don't go around crying like a boy. And let me tell you, the world is ruthless. The only person dealing with you softly is your mother. So tell your mother to excuse you and give you an opportunity to fight like a man. Stop being cushioned from every side. The world is so rough. Stand up and fight. Let it be said you tried. Wacha isemekane ulijaribu. Inasemekana kwamba Msekobe na Chui walikutana. Chinua Achebe captures that oral story in one of his books. Na akasema Chui alipokutana na Msekobe, Chui akamwambia Msekobe, leo mimi ninakukula. Msekobe akastuka kidogo na akamwambia, sasa kabla hujanikula si unibe yako dakika 5. Chui akamwambia sawa, na akaenda akaketi pale. Msekobe akaanza kukwara chini, na anarusha mchanga huko, anarusha, anakoroka vitu, anarusha huko. Mpaka Chui akasimama akamwambia Msekobe, mbona unafanya hii sarakasi yote? Msekobe akamwambia ndio baadaye ukishanikula watu wakikuja waone watasema hata kama alikulwa alipigana. Angalia jirani yako, mwambia bro, waje isemekane ulijaribu. Thank you so much and may God bless you.
Yaani unabeba kifua tu pole pole na kupotea. Now, allow me to add only one or two. You have heard I am a pastor, and there is something I really want to encourage, that when you run with people, it is called race. But when you run with God, it is called grace. I want to encourage you, young men, run with God in your life. Na siku ile nilikuwa hapa niliwaambia ili maisha ikoe balance. Nilisema weka masomo kichwa, Yesu moyoni, pesa mfukoni. Did I say that? Yes. Kwamba ukiwa hapa weka masomo so that when you go to a hotel you don't eat from the menu, you eat from your heart. Ukiwa na pesa kama profesa atakuja kuambia, yeye akulangi kutoka menu, anakula kenye roho yake inataka. Lakini kama hauna pesa, you will be consulting with the menu. Na mnajua vile wanaume wanaangalianga menu. Wanaume wanaangalianga chakula, pesa kwanza, alafu arudi kwa chakula. Now it is opposite with ladies. Sisi tunaangalianga chakula, pesa baadaye. For you to eat from your heart, you need your money. Let me tell you, young men, nobody respect a man. Ladies don't respect a base. We respect a responsible man. Tunaheshimu mtu mwenye anaachipika. That is why mukisoma kesho you will be a man the way Kilima put it. And the word man, M-A-N, stands for be responsible in the morning, A in the afternoon, N in the night. Man. Listen, this is what I'm saying to all of us. Do not stop until you are proud of yourself. Never stop working hard. Somebody said hard work pays. Na mimi nikaongeza kusema, but poverty is manufactured in bed. You cannot, listen, you cannot sleep like a dead person and expect to be rich in the land of the living. Next is impossible. Men, wake up. This is your time. Never settle on less. Go for what belongs to you. Say amen. Amen. Hey, I just have laziness. And I say laziness is getting tired before you work. That is laziness. Ukipata mwalimu anaamuka Monday, anasema haki ya Mungu nimechoka. Nani Monday? You don't belong to this career, bwana. A student anachoka Monday. Monday is the day unafaa kuwa na side. And let me tell you, I told you the other time, the great discovery in this world is to discover yourself. Some of you are supposed to be doctors and policemen. I want to be a man. One, know to stand for yourself. Stand for yourself as a man. Stand for yourself as a man. Hello? Am I speaking to somebody? Number two, I'm saying stay fit always. Stay fit always. Number three, get organized. Ni mbaya kupata mwanaume ajui kujiorganize. Na tunasema usipopanga itafika sababu for divorce is education. Yeah. Wanaume, types of people I want you to avoid completely when you are here. As I'm waiting for Dr. Ochuang to come. One of the person that I want you really avoid in your life is somebody like a wheelbarrow. People who are like wheelbarrow in your life are people who always think that it is your duty to solve their problems. It is your duty to push them to their destiny. There is some people who wafanyi kitu, umefundisha mtu maths, mpaka amepata formula. Anarudi tena sema unifanyia assignment. Please, young men, ukisaidiwa, saidika. Ukishikwa mkono, songesha mguu. Tuna wajamaa hapa, ni kama walikuja kufanyiwa kile kitu. Mpaka hata sweta haoshi. Wewe si unioshe bwana. Wewe si unisaidie. Alafu wewe na base yote, haujui kuosha sweta yako. Ni mbaya sana. Hello? Sasa from today, avoid the first person mwenye anakaa nini? Those people who are a burden to you, assist them, work as a team. But there is some people ambayo wanaona it is your duty, you push them. Never be pushed in high school. If it is assembly, go to assembly. If it is a math lesson, be in a math lesson. Hello? Siliwaambia siku ile kuna mtu anaambia, what do you want to be? I want to be a doctor. Lakini bila anatembea kwa corridor ya Sawagongo, anakaa patient. I mean, want to be a doctor. Those are two people different. Ajo, what do you want to be? I want to be a policeman. I want to be KDF. Na bila anatembea kwa corridor ya Sawagongo, anakaa criminal. Teacher amekam. Those are two different people. Whatever you want to be, young man, start to look like that person. Say amen. Say, oh God, help me. Chameleon. Number 2, types of people you need to avoid in your life are people like chameleons. Those are the people, they look like they are going your direction. They look like they are singing your song. But give them time, they will change. Right? These are the people wanakuambia, we, 20. Lakini akiona imewaka mwaka kwera, hata sikuwa naenda. Na saa hiyo umeingia moto. Saa hiyo umeanza kusafa. Avoid these people, they look like they are with you. But sometimes they change. When we were tukiingia form 1 sisi, during my time, tulikuwa na kikundi ambao walikuwa na jina yao. And always they were telling you, come, hii tutakusort. We are a team, we are together. Sasa unajipata umechingisha kwa vitu vingine hata ushiganishi. Kwa sababu ya kuenanisha pamoja. Muda usio mrefu. Aliyeniweka ndani anasema nichinga hii. Sasa ya kuintroduce hata na machina use this. Imagine. Na umeingia kwa moto. So what am I saying? Avoid those people. Number 3, the third person that you need to avoid are people like mosquitoes. Mosquitoes. They always praise you, sing for you when they want something from you. Yes. And when they have get something from you, they leave you with malaria. Those are the people ambayo ukiwa hapo wakijua uko na pocket money. Wanaisha kukubeba juju. Mwambie jo umeiva. Uko sawa. Hai, kumbe ni damu anataka. Wakishapata kitu kutoka kwako, they leave you with wounded hearts. Wengine hapa mliingia mkiwa innocent, hata uko na girlfriend. Hata uko haichua hiyo vitu, si ni kweli? Ingawa mnakaa innocent sana, habari innocent? If you are innocent, weka mkono ikienda chini. So unaona itaenda yote. Now what am I saying? Young man, these people who are like mosquitoes, they always praise you when they want something from you. Now wakishapata, when they get something from you, what they usually do, they leave you with some things that you will struggle to get out of your life. Some of you mmewachwa na drugs. Some of you have been left in a relationship that you don't even know how to move on with it. How can you promise a child of somebody heaven and earth and you don't have a plot in this earth? How? Hata uone Mungu atakuchoma tu direct. Unajua kuna mmoja aliwaini hivi, akaniambia woi, nakupenda. Hata nilipokuwa nakula githeri ulikuwa unatoka letea kopa kuli. Anyway, those are our days. So, you know I'm a saying, young man. Mosquito style people in life are these people when they sing to you, they praise you so that you give your heart to them. You donate your heart. You donate your time to them. And instead of using it well, they leave you mercifully. So this is what I'm saying. When you are in school, avoid those people. When you wanataka kitu kwako, they need your time. Hello? Unajua shida hiyo kitu inafanywa hata wenye tumeolewa ukitembea kwa town alafu usikie na umeolewa unapendokanga hivi. So So you affect me wote, hata sisi tunaafektiwa. Daktari amekuja? He's coming, okay. Now I'm saying this, young man. In this life, avoid these people. That they look like they are praising you. They leave you with drugs. I told people, listen. Friends will take you mutumie drugs pamoja. Friends will come, encourage you to take drugs. And after that, friends will leave. But addiction will remain with you. Kuna watu wana struggle saizi na drugs. Why? Because somebody introduced them to drugs. And later, they leave them. Brothers, you need a friend. If you write a friend, ukienda chini, we say you need a friend F. A friend who will fight for you. Am I communicating? A friend who will respect you and respect your values. A friend who will include you in their success. Hello? Kuna watu wakishafaulu na wewe ulisaidia, sema wewe acha kuniangalia na macho kubwa kubwa. Na sasa hiyo una macho kubwa kubwa. Na mlitafuta pamoja. Hello? You need a friend who will encourage you. I've said avoid the three kinds of friends. But you need this friend. A friend who will encourage you. A friend who will always need you. Who will always be with you. And lastly, you need a friend who will always deserve you. Who will always ready for you to move with you in your life. Say amen. Education, we usually say it is a passport to the future. It is something that is taking you far. Hello? No, sometimes tunawaambia hivi vitu mnaona kwamba nikimaliza form 4, mimi nilifikiria nikimaliza form 4 hata ukifika huko nje utalala. Hiyo usingizi itaisha. Wapi form 4? Form 4 ni nini mnatamani saa hii ati ukimaliza tu form 4 unaenda fanya? Kulala. Simu. iPhone. Nini? Kuoga. Ati mboga. Muliva kwa sheng bwana. Hiyo mmeniua. Hiyo mlinikata kona. You know, some things ambayo mnaona, kuna watu walisema siku ile nitakuwa na girlfriend yangu, nitakuwa nimefika. Akapata girlfriend. Akasema siku ile nitakuwa na mtoto yangu nikiitwa dadi. Nitakuwa mtu. Akapata mtoto. Siku ile nitaitwa babu. Babu. Wajaluo wanaita nini? No. Akasema siku ile nitaitwa babu, I will be the best. Wapi? So this is what we are saying. That sometimes vitu ambayo mnaitamani kule nje, mtaipata mpaka hata unachoka. Mwingine alisema siku ile nitakuwa na my marriage, I'll be just moving around. Oh yes, introducing my wife. Oh yeah. Hata alipoa hiyo bibi atembei na yeye tena. Don't know what happened. Hata tuliambia jamaa mwingine alikuwa anacheza. Tunaambia wewe ukioa utachoka na hii shughuli unafikiria kwa kichwa. Hata sema kwa Mungu sitaichoka. Sasa ndio sema wewe sitaki hiyo vitu kabisa. Young man, concentrate with your life. Say amen. May God bless you. May God keep Sawagongo. Thank you.
Physics, just like Dr. Juang, up to PhD level in the area of material science. So for those who want to pursue that area, Dr. Juang is here, will tell you more, and my other colleagues. But for me, I want to speak about two things very briefly. And for those who have notebooks, please take proper notes and keep them in your mind. The first thing I want to talk about, which we experience as a challenge in the country. We have been told here that 560 of you will be sitting KCSE exams this year. Out of this 560, I am sure 100% will qualify for placement into universities. I am sure. But something I'm not very sure of. You will all qualify. But once you leave this place, then something happens. That even if you've qualified, you don't join the universities. You don't join the TVET colleges. That is what I want you to speak about. Because I think to some extent, I know one of the reasons. And the reason is simple. All Form 4 students, KCSE students, once you register for the exams and you sit for that exams, all your details will be available in the KUSIPS portal. They are entered automatically, and therefore you have an account with KUSIPS portal. So in that account, how do we get there? Because while I was on leave, I'm still on leave, I walked from almost every home in my village, and I found the problem. I think after students leave here, and their results are out, they sit and wait that something will happen, they will be called. But there's an action that you are expected to take. That account with KUSIPS portal, even now KUSIPS is going around counties sensitizing people. And I informed one of them that I'll be coming here to also repeat the same. I'm sure some of you have heard, perhaps some of you have forgotten, but they don't take it seriously. What you do, I know almost all of us have touched a smartphone, haven't we? Do we know a smartphone? A mobile phone? How many don't know? All of us know. All right. Now, once your results are out, for those who don't know how to get to that KUSIPS portal, to their account, you just do a simple thing. Number one, Google. There is something we call Google. You Google it. Just type KUSIPS Students Portal. That is number one. Then you will get it. It will give you an interface that asks you to enter your KCSE index number, your year of examination, and your password. Usually your password will be the KCPE index number or your birth certificate number. So I realize that many students do not know this. Remember, this year, 50,000 students who qualified for university did not even apply. They have not been placed. What is the reason? One of the reasons is this one I'm telling you, because they don't know. And having been a registrar for close to now 10 years, that is one of the reasons. Some students even come to the university after 3 years because they didn't know. So please take this very seriously. Once you do your exams, the results are out, go to your KUSIPS portal, follow the procedure I've told you, all communication will be there. Then KUSIPS will announce, for those who now want to revise, please do your revision. Just take your parents' phone, don't go to the cybers because they mess you up. Just do it yourself. It is so easy. Follow the same procedure, revise your admission requirement, your course requirements that you want. If you want to change from being a doctor to being an architect, change it there. Then each time, each day, just log into your KUSIPS portal and you will see a communication. I realized out of the survey I did, 10 were still waiting that, have not been communicated to, we have not been placed. And when you tell them, come take my phone, and I instruct them to do that, they find, I have been placed in Masinde Muliro, I have been placed in Masai Mara, I have been placed in the University of Nairobi. They didn't know. Are we together? Do you now understand the process, or I repeat? You just go to Google, there is something called Google, Google. Sasa, then you type what? KUSIPS. It will give you KUSIPS Students Portal. Then from there, just read the instructions. You have an account, and your password is KCPE index number or KCSE, no. There is a KCSE index number, the first one. Then the year you did your KCSE, which will be this year. Then you will be asked for a password. The password is KCPE, the standard 8 one. Yeah? Index number. Or the birth certificate. So you do it yourself, please, so that we can rescue people. Tell others. That is something that I want to tell you about. And please always keep in touch. After you have left the secondary school, keep in touch with KUSIPs. Remember that I would wish that the 560, all of you after this join at least a college, join university. For those, even if you have a D minus, which I hope here you can't get a D minus, mean grade, you still have a place in the TVET colleges. And remember, government pays for you. So that 560, 100% will join a tertiary college after this. Then that is the first part of my speech. The second part, we've been told here a lot of things. We've been taught how to become what we think, because it must first start with what we are thinking. But from thinking, it must translate into doing. From doing, it must go to becoming, to being. But before we do all that, there is work to be done. So I want to tell you 4 things that you must do. It is summarized in what we call executions. You must always execute ideas. And idea, for you to execute ideas, there are 4 things you must do. 1, you must set a goal. There's a student who came here and said he wants to be a doctor. That's a very good goal. But then, to get into that goal, there are certain things you must do. These things you must do are called lead measures. They are measures you have to take. These things you have to do in order to be a doctor, they are called lead measures. L-E-A-D, then measures. So therefore, what are these lead measures? You may say, for example, I have to wake up at 5:30 a.m. I don't know what time you wake up. You must have a timetable that you must follow religiously, so that you do, just like for those who have gone for, was it the rugby team? There's a team that has gone somewhere to represent you. They always do something, they practice. So you also, you must set your goal, follow your lead measures, that is number 2. Number 1, I've said set your goal. Number 2, follow your lead measures. Lead measures are things you have to do in order to achieve your goal. Then, number 3, you must keep a scorecard. The scorecard, the other student told us he had a B minus. And he has kept it, he has moved to a B. But don't wait for the end of term. There are tests that you undertake. Keep your scorecard and see how you are progressing. Number 4, the final one, hold yourself accountable. Holding yourself accountable, but at the end of the day, say that these are the lead measures I was to do today in order to achieve my goal. Did I do them? And you take them. That is holding yourself accountable. Actually, you can even have a friend who holds you accountable, that you have done what you set to do. All these 4 things I've told you, you can summarize them in what is known as 4 disciplines of execution. 4DX, 4 disciplines of execution, where 4 represents set your goal. Number 2, what did I say? Work on the lead measures. Number 3, what do I say? Keep a scorecard. Number 4, hold yourself accountable. That is 4. D represents disciplines of execution. That is those disciplines I've said. And X is execution. So those are the 4 disciplines of execution. Thank you very much. Keep those 2 important areas that I've talked about and help pass the information to the rest of your friends. Asanteni sana.
Gabi na watu wameenda university. Prepare the hand for daktari kwa kutufundisha, kutuelimisha. Hata mimi naona kama kuna watu walikosa kuingia kwa sababu labda wakufuatilia vile amesema. Let us prepare a hand for him. Tumpe gani? Hiyo ndio mumependa. Thank you so much for that wonderful advice. We want to give another speaker to speak to us. That is Dr. Odindo. You know, I'm calling him Sasa Dina to Sumbua. Now, Dr. Odindo.
Thank you, the MC. To our chief guest, Professor, to our convener, the chief principal, through the guest, Dr. Ojuang. And Ojuang had already told you and Dr. Ojuang has told you he learned here. That time I was teaching here. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, thank you. We will, I'll say something brief on the background because I was in Sawagongo when 844 was starting. Now it is almost ending. I taught both former system and the 844 before we usher in CBC, which I'm also another champion for it. And there are things that must be put in place to make the CBC. Actually, CBC is the 844 original. Just to say that in passing, that what we are calling CBC is the 844 original. What you are doing is 844 that was baptized after it had started. So as you have heard, my name is Dr. Fred Odindo. I was in this school for 15 years, from 1988 to 2003. And I think even by the time I was leaving, majority of you had not been born. If there is any who had been born, for those who are sitting in front of me as students, then it's okay, it's a gift. Yeah? Thank you very much. Then I was also a student in Form 4 like this some years back. I will finish with what we were told then. Remind me if I'm going to forget to tell it to you by our former principal then as we were preparing. He was also a godly man. His home is just across here. He was called Mr. Moses Paul Warum. There is a dormitory there that is named after him, Moses Paul Warum. He also taught in this school. I want to say that chief principal have learned. There is a book that was said that the beautiful ones are not yet born. I've realized that as the 844 is aging, the geniuses are being born. Because when I reflect back, the original 844, when they did it in 1989, in the current Sierra County, the person who led came from Sawagongo, was called Kevin Geno, with a B+, and went straight to do medicine. He defeated everybody at the mock, and again went ahead and got B+. Those days, A's were very few, and they were very elusive. But nowadays there are many. That is why I'm saying, as it is aging, geniuses are born. Because somebody who is getting A is a genius. And Sawagongo High School has many of them. Congratulate yourself and clap for yourself. And we are very proud of you. The year that Julius sat, that was 1992. In that year, I still remember vividly, when we did mock, we used to do mock, it was called the Siaya mock. Nowadays, we would call it Siaya County mock. That time, it was Siaya District mock. Physics, that I was teaching them, at mock point, we took number 1 up to 4. And then, the principal and Wakinajuang were the people who were there. In that number I'm counting. The principal of Yala sent the head of department and the teacher of physics to come and see how we were learning physics. I'm happy physics is still doing well. And in fact, we made physics compulsory in this school. It is only the first 8/4/1989 that there are students who did physical science. After that, we realized that with these laboratories, which were for A level, we changed this school to have everybody was doing science, even despite the fact that they made change. They were asking others to do physical science. And you know, the first 8/4/4, people were doing 10 subjects. Students like you. Perhaps that is also bit of why they were not scoring A, because they were doing 10 compulsory subjects. And with those 10 compulsory subjects, if you slip in one, then it means that that score that you have got, you must be added. Right now, I know the score, we are scoring on 7. They have even changed, and it is only mathematics that is compulsory. I'm a teacher of mathematics and physics, and I know, I follow them very closely. So, they did very well, and that class, I'm not surprised Dr. Julius thought of calling me again to come and also talk to you, because many of them recognize what we did. We made science simple. They were just working themselves. The teacher was guiding. That is the teaching that we are ushering in under CBC. We did it then. And I want you people to not wait for the teacher. Do it and ask the teacher where you are stuck. Don't go to the teacher that do it for me. Go to the teacher that have done it, but this is where I'm not getting. You must do it yourself and then get what to do. And the teacher will help you. I opened the doors for them to do physics, and it was physics made easy. That they were doing it themselves. I needed not even the lab assistant was only helping us in removing the apparatus from the prep room to the inside of the laboratory and stop there. The students pick what they need themselves, arrange them themselves, and they do the connections themselves. So if you are doing physics and you are expecting a teacher to connect for you, the teacher will not be there during exam. And that is why they were being prepared. Who will be doing that work? And read what is in your motto. Can you say what is in your motto? Yes, aspire to excellence. And that is what we were aspiring to. We were demonstrating through the students to aspire to excellence And you can only aspire to excellence when you are doing it. And I'm happy. I've talked to many of the Sawagongo students coming back here to talk about the subjects and others. And I'm happy. What made me very happy is that you have notebooks. One or two things when people gather like that you note down, you will not forget. You will not forget it. And it will help you to get to somewhere. So I want you to work hard. You know, many people still call me Odindo of Sawagongo because when I was teaching in Sawagongo, you know, we had that, what we call intrinsic motivation to be in that school. And you could not touch Sawagongo in a wrong way when Odindo is near. And that is why they say Odindo of Sawagongo. And we had competition. If we are defeated, we say next time. And that next time, we must work hard. And remember what Mr. Achir talked about, discipline. Discipline. There is a gentleman working in Sia County. He's called Adrian. He's well known. He was playing volleyball in Yala. I was teaching here, coaching volleyball. We defeated them in the final, preparing to go to the province. A game that lasted for almost 2 hours, playing 5 sets. He remembers, even last Sunday he was in my church and he remembers that very well. And he said, why we were defeated, your boys were well disciplined. And it is the discipline that me am known of. Ask all those who pass through my hand, they must be disciplined. I also coach football here. And we took the trophy 3 consecutive years, 94, 95, 96, and we kept a shield. I hope that shield is still there, the chief principal. That shield, we took it 3 consecutive years, and it was through that discipline. And I remember when we were going to take it the last time, we had a very good midfielder. Very good midfielder. After we had played this side, the Yala zone, we were calling it the northern zone, he decided not to come to the field. And everybody was afraid of him. He did not come for the practice. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then he showed up on Thursday and Friday. When I was making the last line up for those who are going, his name was missing. Students were wondering, are you leaving so and so? I said, but he has not practiced. But it's our best. Best before practice? No. We are not training footballers. We are training students who are disciplined. And this is not a club. And even in a club, there must be discipline. Even if we are going to be defeated, let us be defeated with the people who are disciplined and are practiced. If we are going to win, we will win minus him. Indeed, we won. Actually, the first game, I remember vividly, and I know Chief Principal will remember, it was in Nusenge, and we were meeting Nusenge in their ground. The first 10 minutes, Nusenge was leading 2-0 because we were disorganized a bit in the midfield. But the boy remained behind. Then we reorganized the midfield very quickly. By the time we were going for halftime, it was 2-2. We had recovered. And the game ended 5-2 in favor of Sawagongo. So we still won and came back with the trophy. What am I saying? You have to be disciplined in everything that you do. Everything that you do. You may think you are a star. And I'm just giving examples that are from the experience that I had here. In 1991, I know if Dr. Juang is here would remember. Yes, we had a boy who was very good. When he was made a prefect, I think he was now not reading much. In mock, I think he had not read and now wanted to read everything at a go. On the night that they were going to do mathematics, wanted to do everything. And I think he got mental block. So in the first 2 hours, he had nothing to write in the mock mathematics. So he struggled in the last 30 minutes. And you can be sure what he got in paper 1. So when I asked him what happened, because it was mock was marked, paper 1 he failed flat, and then he tried in paper 2, he managed to get a C. So I tried to ask him what happened. Then I realized that he was not organized. So we had to help to organize him for the final exam. And he passed very well. I said, ask him what he did. I did the SET exam for him. And those days, nowadays I was hearing that there are normally some things people talk about which I hate most. Which I hate most. Please, trust your brain. This coconut here, trust it. Don't think of other things. Trust it. Do your work diligently. That boy went and did medicine at Moi University. That is what was standing between him and doing the medicine. From E to A. What am I therefore saying? It is still possible. You are in second term. If you think that there is something that you are giving up, because that was pure attitude, you are giving up, start now. There is time. What can make you not get that A? Do it. I think that one I'm talking about, Mr. Sanya, I think it can be a witness. He was here that time. So I'm not talking about things that are stories. So they are factual. Those are facts that we are talking about. And I love Sawagongo and I like Sawagongo. Even right now when people talk about the name Sawagongo, I turn to hear what they are saying. And you know your chief principal is a good friend of mine. We talk together. If there is anything I've heard that might be derogatory to the school, I call him and say, they are saying this. So what do we need? We need only the best you. Last but not least, the registrar said something. For the sake of emphasis, I want to repeat it. For the sake of emphasis. When a registrar realized what you talked about to these boys is failing many of our students from this end to get good courses. I normally take it upon myself to do a lot to the students or to the parents around to help them to change courses when you are called to change courses. You know, you might get A-, but there are clusters to get you to the course. Others might just be walking that are picked that I want to be an architect. Yet there is some cluster. And those cutoffs, they are different from university to university. So you might be relaxing there that people are asked to make changes and you think that those who are going there to make changes are those who have not done maybe very well. Far from it. That time, go and check because you will find the clusters already calculated for you. weighted means and the clusters. When you go in, you will find all your average in every course already calculated for you. So if you want to go for that engineering or architect, you simply go to where the course is, and then you check the university's cutoff. And if you realize that you picked it in University of Nairobi, and maybe JKUAT, their cutoff for those sciences sometimes are very high. And then you realize that what has been calculated for you is less than the cutoff of last year of that university. Please change. Please change. You find that your weighted mean, the cutoff is 44. Last year that university picked and the cutoff was 45. Change the university. If you still want to do that course, you must change other university where the cutoff was below the 44 that you have picked, and make that university your first choice. University is universal. So you can still go there and pursue your course very well. And avoid, what I'm repeating loudly and in bold, avoid the cybers. Avoid the cybers. They quickly run there and tell you, I've done. Because they look for money, they are not keen. Get it to yourself. You are already a pre-university status. Get into your to your phone. I know that time, if you don't have it now, the mother or the father shall have bought a phone for you. Me, that was my agreement with my children. You complete Form 4, I get you a phone. Before, you don't. So that time, a phone, you will be bought a phone. Use your phone. Go in. Check the cutoff. If you don't know how to get the cutoff from others, university, because the cooks will list all of them, the programs, ask somebody to assist, to get them and pick the right course. Like right now, the qualifications were released. Universities were given their people that they are going to pick. Many people are running saying, I thought I was going to be taken for this, I'm now taken for this. I said, did you change? No, but I didn't see when it was changing. Be on the alert. That Google will help you a lot, what he was talking about. I thought I should repeat that for the purpose, for the sake of emphasis, because it is affecting us at the university. Right now, they have even sent a circular for those who are now joining the university to change, to do what we call inter-university transfer if they meet the cutoff. Okay, for my PhD, again I got a call from him. And then he keeps on following where I am. And I'm very proud of you. And these people worked very hard. Thank you, Etan.
Thank you, Mwalimu. By the way, Dr. Dindo was the first teacher to tell me in this school. FYI. You and Mr. Singh in Form 1 White, yeah, which is now that toilet. That's where we had our class. But I don't want to say anything. I just want to say something I said last time. And guys, take this at heart, that you'd rather pay now and play later. You'd rather pay now and play later than play now and pay later. Okay. And I don't mean sports, okay? I don't mean sports. So I hope you guys, you know literature very well. If you don't, ask your teacher. But what I wanted to do right now, I do have some friends of mine, and they wanted to say hi to you, okay? So I'm going to do a WhatsApp call with them. It's possible if you can hear them. So one of them is a professor in computer science at Princeton University. She's in the forefront of AI. You've heard of AI, yeah? Yeah, she's a change mover. So let me try to call her and see if it works. If not, we'll figure it out, yeah. Hello?
Yes.
Professor Aj?
Yes, hi.
It's your time, yeah. I'm here with the students of Sawagongo High School. And, yes, yeah.
Do you want to do video?
Yeah, we can do video, absolutely, we can do video. Let's see if that works. And there they are. Can you wave? The professor? Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, that's nice, you can hear, yeah. So,
Hello, everyone.
yeah.
Should I start?
Yeah, absolutely, you can start.
Yes. Thank you, Julius, for inviting me. We were discussing in LinkedIn and he told me about this event, so I thought I would tune in for a few minutes just to say hi. My name is Adibou Sejeng. I'm from Senegal. We're all Africans. I've been to Kenya before, I want to say that, and I loved it. I currently work in artificial intelligence with its applications in the natural sciences. So I'm doing that in the context of leading a research lab at Princeton University. And I also am the founder of a nonprofit called The Africa I Know, that works on advocating for STEM education, so science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and artificial intelligence. And that's something I'm very passionate about because I think that our continent needs those types of skills and expertise so that we can be really sovereign and really be self-dependent in terms of many things, in terms of transforming our own natural resources without relying on external expertise and all the problems that can come with that in terms of prices and things like that. So I think STEM is really important for the continent, and I'm excited to talk about that in front of the future, which are the youth, high schoolers. One thing I would want to emphasize today to the high schoolers watching is that there are a lot of transformations currently happening in both the sciences and artificial intelligence. And I think you have something to say about that. You have you are not just observers. You are as capable as anybody in participating in the transformations that are going on, and that will continue to happen. This is not going to be just a few years. It's gonna take time, and you have your word to say, and I think the best way to do that is to continue on your studies and believe in yourself. Believe that you are just as capable as anyone, and to be resourceful, knowing that there are a lot of resources on the internet available, especially in AI and many subjects and stuff, to feel empowered to teach things to yourself and to not hesitate to reach out to people you want to reach out and come prepared with the questions you have that can help you, and just take matters into your hands, because the continent needs you. We need you. We need you to be able to get those skills and apply them to tackling our challenges. One motivation for the laboratory, for the group, the research group I'm leading, is to tackle those challenges, those problems we have in Africa, in terms of climate, in terms of agriculture, in terms of filtering water, purifying water, in terms of a lot of things. And I think the sciences and AI, especially when combined together, when you work at that intersection, there are a lot of opportunities for making change, meaningful change on the continent. So I really encourage you, when you graduate and when you go on to study in university, to major in STEM and to also study artificial intelligence as an additional subject that can help you in STEM. That's all I have to say. I'm very happy to have this opportunity to talk to you, and you have all our love and all our encouragements in whatever you're going to do in the future.
Thank you so much, Professor Aj. So, do you guys have any questions for her? Anybody the question? What? I think they're scared, yeah. But they heard you properly, yeah. Oh, there's one. Yeah. Okay, Professor Aj, there's a question. Yeah. Okay.
To all protocols observed, greetings. So, it has been a while. I've been stranded on choosing who is to be my role model. But from the words of the I've been encouraged that there's need to know your goal in life. We've been told of having like a specific goal. Please keep silence, maintain the silence and listen to the point. Number one, we've been from the meeting, this meeting, whatever I learned that the speakers, the main thing they've talked about is success. But yes, they've talked about success, and I've been very influenced. Shh, please. And now they've said for you to achieve something, then you must have like passion in it. So to my question, I would like to have passion or specialize in science. That's my great concern. I would like to know much about science. So my goal is to become a great scientist, so that I can also at a particular time be like the professors of the sciences. In that currently we do study sciences. Excuse, just a moment, I'm almost done. All of us, we do study or we do take sciences, but we do use materials that are published by other great scientists. So my wish and my goal is to one day also be a great scientist and produce materials that others will also be using in their daily learning occasions. So I've been now that my goal is also to become a great scientist. I would like to finalize by thank you.
I think he's a bit nervous, Professor Aj, yeah. But do you have anything for him? Yeah.
So lastly,
do you have anything for him? Yeah.
I've been thinking of whom should I choose to be my role model, and now I found that I've found a role model at this particular moment. So
once again, and my role model, I would like to be the professor who have just talked on to us. So, lastly, the question is, may you please repeat your name for me so that I can.
Okay. Yeah. So I think he did not clearly hear your name. Yeah. So she's from Senegal. Well, let us tell you.
Yes, I'll let Julius write my name.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Professor Aj. Bye, everyone. The professor. So she's actually an authority in cancer treatment and care. So let me call her. Brandy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can hear? Yes. Yeah, they can hear you.
Hi, everybody. Hi. So I'm Paige. I'm calling from the United States. And I wanted to wish all of you good luck in your studies and to tell you how important it is to share knowledge with each other. One of the things I do in my career is I help people and cure cancer. And I didn't know that I could do this when I was studying in high school. But it turns out that when you share with each other and you teach each other, that both of you and all of you learn more. So a little bit about me. I went to school after high school for another 8 years, and then I did training with an apprentice, like it's called residency, for another 7 years. So I know a little bit about studying. And finally, after all those years, I'm able to care for people that have cancer. And so now that's what I do in a university called Johns Hopkins in the United States. And I'm calling you from Washington, D.C., right? The capital of the U.S. And I'm so honored to see all of you in this important time in your life. And I want to tell you how important and special it is this time in your life to help one another and care for one another. Because when you help and care for one another, it turns out that you will learn more. So how I want to share this with you is that when I studied very difficult topics I didn't understand, I made friends who were studying the same thing. And we all learned more because we taught each other. And I think that you can use that technique with each other too, because you will help each other and help yourself. There is an old saying about from Cicero, famous Greek philosopher, who said that when you teach others, you're teaching yourself. And it can give you a lot of joy to help each other learn a new topic. So I hope that all of you will enjoy the process of learning, because it really is, even though it's hard work, it's a lot of fun. And someday, I hope some of you will consider going to medical school and becoming doctors too, because we need more doctors in the world. And I think all of you have so much promise. You have so much to look forward to and so much to give the world. And
I hope to see you someday as a doctor or a scientist. And all you have to do is keep asking questions. Every day you ask more questions, and every day you make friends by asking questions together and teaching each other. And by doing that, you will learn new things and teach others. So I hope that my wish to you comes true. And best wishes to your class and the coming year of study. And I'm sending big hugs from the USA. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Brandy. Amanda, and is trained in the SEAL. I hope you know what SEAL is in the US, yeah? One of the top notch. Now, this guy used to be here. He used to be here, okay? He's a former student of this school. And Dr. Odindo knows him, Augustine Neto. So let me see if that works. Augustine?
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm very good.
Good.
Yeah, so it's your turn. I'm here with the students of Sawagongo High School and the invited guests, and they're very expectant, waiting for you to say a word or two. I told them that you used to be in this school, yeah.
So they can hear me now?
Yeah, clearly, by the way.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, so how many minutes do I have?
About 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
So I can go ahead and start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Hey, so everyone, sorry, we're doing this through phone, but my name is Augustine Amonge, or by Net. And I'm an alumni of Sawagongo High School. I'm really proud of my school, and I'm really proud to be part of this process today. And thank you to my comrade, Dr. Juang. Dr. Juang is my neighbor, game, and we also comrades in the US. And I've heard also that I have one of my best teachers there, Mr. Dindo. Mr. Dindo, wherever you are.
Yeah, he can hear you. Yeah.
You can hear me.
Yes.
One of my great teachers, I could have not made it this far without him. And there's something he told me before I left Sawagongo that I'll share with him one day, but it's moved a long way with me. So what's my story after leaving Sawagongo? And what do I do right now? So that's what I'm going to share with everyone today. So when I was in Sawagongo, I was in Warong, and I was very involved in athletics. I was a captain of a hockey team. That we were a very good team, but we never made it far because we had an accident. Mr. Windo can remember that. But we just gave out to God that happened. But my journey has been amazing since I left Sawagongo. I was very fortunate that due to my upbringing with my teachers in Sawagongo and the Sawagongo family, I was able to get an athletics scholarship to the US. And why do I say that? If you look into your left and right with the student, you have your comrade sitting next to you. I had my comrade in high school that encouraged me to be who I am. I was very athletic. I was not very strong academically. I can admit that, and Mr. Arvindo can admit that too. I'm pretty sure he's smiling when I say that. But all above all, I was also a humble student. And when I left Sawagongo, I think that's what Mr. Dindo told me, that you're very humble. I wish we could have you for one more year. Those are the words of Mr. Dindo when I was leaving Sawagongo. And that humility has taken me places. I was able to get a scholarship from the US to one of the top tier universities. I was able to graduate school. I have 2 masters. I'm also a PhD candidate. Should be getting my PhD in doctor like Mr. Dindo and Mr. Juang there very soon. I also serve in the United States Army. I'm an officer. I've been in the Army for the last 14 years. In the rank of now a major, and probably soldiering on. So my attributes of humbleness and leadership has brought me far to where I am today. And I'm really grateful again because of Sawagongo High School that made me come this far. I didn't mention that, I was not a top tier student at Sawagongo, but the academic stamina that I attained in Sawagongo has helped me this long. In my college career, I've published 3 articles. I haven't written a book yet like Mr. Dr. Juang there, but I'm almost there. I've published 2 articles in chemistry and 1 in engineering. In undergraduate, I did focus on chemistry a little bit. When I did my master's, in engineering technology management. And I have a publication of that, and hopefully I can share it with the school one day. I'll send some copies to be in the library so that the students can read those articles that I wrote. But they are published. They're online, and I can work even with Dr. Juang to make sure that we have more copies. But I'm very humbled to talk to everyone today. And I know I'll work with Mr. Juang to see what kind of donation I can do to the students. It's always good to give back. I think I brought in some uniforms before. We had a scholarship going on with one of the students at the school over there. So I'm always willing to give back. I don't forget where I came from because the school made me who I am today, and I don't take that for granted. I'm also big on leadership-wise. Since I'm in the military, I don't take leadership for granted. And I know I'll talk to the head teacher one day and see if I can come and talk to the school prefects. Just to encourage them to be better leaders. I take on leadership very, very, very strongly. But to all the students, what I can ask you is, looking back to my high school days, if you look into your left and right now, the person sitting next to you, those are going to be your brother's keepers when you leave Sawagongo. Don't forget who they are. All right, we still support each other as Sawagongo comrades. All right, I have friends who call me, we support each other. So I'll urge you, just be humble, treat people with respect. Okay, the high school life is just a beginning of better things to come ahead. And don't take it for granted, my brothers. Okay, it's gonna go a long way. You're gonna need those students sitting next to you. And you don't know what your fate in life is in the future. Okay, when I was in Sawagongo, I wanted to be an architect. All right, but I never made it there. And now I'm a soldier. Okay, but those things were embedded in me from my time in Sawagongo, because I had good teachers like Mr. Dindo, okay, who embedded that in my head. Okay, so it starts right now. If you haven't started yet, okay, pick up all the nuggets you can. I call them nuggets because you're going to get them later on in life. Like, you put them in your toolkit because life is going to hit you so hard. And those experiences that you had in Sawagongo, the experiences we had with you, the comrades, the sitting left and right of you, it's going to go a long way. Okay, and I'm going to tell you even right now, I have my high school mates that call me that, some of them are out of the country. We support them. You can get a scholarship, come to the US, you don't have airfare, we'll pay for that. Okay, And those also doing athletics. I'm in an academia. What I'm studying I have a PhD on is in academia, high education. And athletics and academia goes together. And I'll talk to the headmaster and see what opportunities are there for those student athletes that are good in athletics and also good in athletics. We do have scholarships for students to come to the US, and I can open that avenue for those good soccer players, those who can play hockey, those play basketball. And again, I'm proud of Sawagongo basketball team. You guys made us proud. So congratulations to all the basketball players. I do follow the news, and you guys really made us proud as a Sawagongo unit. So I'm proud of you all. And again, I'll talk to Mr. Juang and the head teacher and see where I can reach the school in terms of sports, even that Sawagongo sports and academics made me who I am today. But I do promise the students that will be coming home next year. If I come home next year, I'll be to the school. I was home this year sometimes a few months ago for a funeral for about 10 days. So due to time constraints, I was unable to come and visit the school. But again, I'm a proud alumni of Sawagongo High School. And Dr. Juang and all those who are involved today, I appreciate the opportunity that you've given me or afforded me to address the school. It goes to no doubt that you'll value what I'm doing this side, and I'm bearing the Sawagongo flag every day. I'm carrying it going to work. And, I'm pretty sure, I'm making you proud. But Dr. Juang, that's all the few comments I have today. Thank you so very much. And again, Mwalimu Odindo, I owe you a phone call. And I'm so very happy to hear that you're around. It's all started for all of us to support the initiative of supporting the young boys coming up through life. Thank you all. That's all I have today, and all be blessed. Thank you.
It is degree studies, and when I'm looking at his grades, he missed first class by just a few inches, so he did very well. So congratulations, yeah. And maybe you can just say hi briefly, and then Dr. Salina can take over as the next speaker. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, good afternoon, Sawagongo High School. Yes, this is Felix Benedict Agunda. I was a teacher here during my teaching practice. And I want to give you 3 pieces of advice that I got from this school. Good afternoon. I want to give you 3 pieces of advice, what I garnered from my best teachers from Sawagongo High School. First thing is about discipline. Discipline will take you places. And we used to have a deputy principal called Mr. Buka Onguko. He used to tell us that a disciplined D+ is better than an indisciplined A+. So discipline will take you places. 2, God. Everything you want in life, involve God in it. Then the 3rd thing is hard work. That spirit has driven me to university, Kenyatta University, and I'm finalizing my studies, and I'm waiting for my graduation in December, and God willing, I'll be on the list of the first class honors. Thank you, Sawagongo. Thank you, Dr. Juang, for making me who I am. Since Form 2 up to now, he has been holding my hand, my sponsor, father-like. Thank you so much, and I hope that you'll hold my hand, and we'll be where you are. Thank you very much.
Me very well, yeah. So it is my privilege to invite Professor Denda to come and give you a word or two of wisdom. Can you welcome him?
Teaching fraternity, right from the principal. Teachers are the most valuable people in life. I don't know whether you people know that. All these things we are talking about, like AI, any serious technology, equipment, whatever it is, if there is no proper human resource to work with those things, they're as good as nothing. And teachers are human resource developers. So I really appreciate you, my colleagues, teachers. My other friends, Dr. Tieno, good counselors, our esteemed parents who are here, and our great students, the other staff members, I really salute you all. Well, it is hard to talk after those great speakers have talked, because one thing I know is that you must be tired, you must be hungry, and perhaps the listening capability is reduced. But just try to hold on, because I'm sure the school is planning something for you after this. Today, I'm one of the happiest people. Why? Because all the guests who are here, I have close attachment with them. If I start with Professor Michieka, he was my Vice Chancellor. And I remember when I came from US in 1994, you were the Vice Chancellor. Yes. Just that time. And we went along with him. And I want to say that he promoted me from being an assistant lecturer to a lecturer. That was a great thing. Thank you, Professor Micheka. So that is one connection. I didn't know he was supposed to be here. The second thing is Rachir. Rachir, that Kormahia leader, this is somebody whom I knew when I was still a toddler in my home. He was a classmate of my friend, my elder brother. My eldest brother is gone, so now the eldest brother currently was a great friend of Rachir. They were in Ramba Primary School right in Asembo. Are there people from Asembo here? Yes. Can you raise your hands? Yes. We are area mates. I'm from Asembo. Asembo Kanyigoro specifically. Saradidi School. I know some of you know that place. So, Rachir is a product of Ramba Primary School. That is where he studied with my brother, right from standard 5 to standard 8 then. They had 8. We later on did standard 7. And he was a constant visitor in our home. Why? Because Ramba was a boarding school, and every time they closed, where it was mid-term, he had to come home because the parents, his father was a pastor, and my parents were also very strong Anglican people. So we had that connection. So I knew from him from those early days. Actually, when I was going abroad, he wrote for me that reference. You had to do a referee. He was a referee. So I'm so glad that he studied with my brother right from primary to university. And they graduated in 1974. You can imagine how long that time is. I think, Professor Micheka, you were just ahead of them by 1 year. Yes. So this is a very strong connection. I just want to tell you that Fred here, Dr. Fred Otieno, who has just talked, the Masai Mara University Registrar Academics, is a long-time friend of mine. They were the first people to be admitted for bachelor's degree at JKUAT. And that was 1990, was it? 1989, yes. Yes. So that time I was just winding out to go to US for studies. And we became friends because later on, the same Professor Micheka employed him there. And since then, we became friends up to now. So Feathers, I don't know, he's from he's from Kogelo. Kogelo is just here in Alego, but they are living in Migori. And by the way, he's also, by extension, my brother, because Nigoro and Kogelo are brothers. So that is how close we are. There's nothing that happens in his home that I don't go. There's nothing that happens here that he doesn't come. So you can imagine how happy I am. Now, coming to Julius. Julius came from Sawagongo, and they're the first people I taught when I came from US that time. I had not finished my PhD, and he was a second year, I remember, and I taught them. I don't know what he saw in me, because he became very close to me. One, I think he was a very good student. That is one of the reasons. And maybe he liked the way I was teaching them. I'm not very sure. But something unique that happened, he asked me if I could introduce him to Rachir, because he wanted to get contact of Rachir, and he did not know how to get contact of Rachir. I took him one by one to the office of Rachir, and he knows how to maintain friendship. Since then, they have been buddies. So I think that that connection is, yes. Julius, if I'm lying, you can correct me. I think I took you there, and you wondered how I knew Rachir. So I told you, this is a family man of ours. I'll take you direct to his office. And I'm glad you have maintained that good relationship. Many people don't know how to maintain relationship. Relationship is not to give people money or food, but it is just relationship. So thank you, Julius. Then thereafter, of course, so many other things happened. He graduated from us, and then he went to teach somewhere in Eldoret, and he made sure that he was still in contact with me all that time. And to my surprise, he came with a suggestion that we can even write physics book together. I said, why not? That thing dragged for long. So he started to do master's degree with us, but at some point, he got the scholarship to Netherlands. So I smuggled him out. I had my small Nissan Sunny there. That is the best thing that we could afford, to drive him to the airport. He went, and when he finished his master's degree, I told him, Julius, register for PhD when you are there. If you come back here, getting scholarship to go for PhD will be a big nightmare. And he did exactly that. But then the point why I'm giving you that story is, we have got along. Julius is one person who can never forget where he came from. Something happened. He wanted to get somebody admitted in this school. Not in this school. He wanted me to, he just asked me, there's somebody who is supposed to join Form 1. Can you please assist me? I'm the person he trusted most. So I told him that for me, the only school I can have this person admitted to is Sawagongo, because I had a way of having that person getting admitted here. And by the grace of God, it happened. And that is how I reconnected him back to his previous school. That is Sawagongo. And you can see the result of all those things. Isn't that a great thing? And I'm glad he remembers, to the point that he must invite us whenever something like this happens. If you don't mind, I'll get a some water because I'm feeling a bit dry. Now, what I want to tell you people is not what I'm talking about. There's something I want to tell you. But what is important that we must mention as an introduction is that when we teach people, if you are a good teacher, and all of your teachers here are very good teachers, and this is not only in teaching, everything that we do, you must make sure that the people you bring up go beyond you. We cannot just do things, thank you very much, you will go far. Yes, you must make sure that the people you are bringing up go beyond you. If they just remain at your level, then you have not achieved anything because there is no development that has taken place. Me, I don't believe that if I just studied and went up to bachelor's degree, then everybody that comes below me will just remain there at bachelor's degree. Then what is development? Is there any development there? Development is when the people who come after you are able to do better than you. Just like Julius now. When we were in the US studying there, these days there was nothing like internet. There was nothing. This AI is just a recent thing. So there is so much that we did not know then. But you see, in his era, you can see somebody is addressing you from the US. So that is development. So I encourage each one of us who is in any profession that when you do whatever you do, go and take those people further than you reached. That is when there is what we call development. And I hope that this comes into your mind very clearly. We must do better than that. If somebody just did a Maram road here, then the person who comes after him just remains there. There's nothing that has been done, no development. Now, having mentioned that, it wasn't in my program, I want to look at this function today and give it a small heading like shared experiences for success in studies and good performance in examinations. That is my feeling that this particular function is all about. That is shared experiences for success in studies and good performance in examinations. Now, what are these experiences? You see, for me, I told you I was in Ramba Primary School, of course, many years ago. Now, those days to get to Form 1 was so difficult. In our class, we were 50 people, and only 4 of us were invited to government-aided secondary schools. There were no schools. And unfortunately, of the 4 of us, I'm the only one alive to tell this story. So in the whole of Asembo where I came from, Ramba was just starting. If we went to Form 1, we were the first people. The only other school that was there when they were still new was Loak Girls. The whole of Sakwa, for those of you who know Sakwa, there was only Miranda. The whole of Alego, there was only Nia Girls. The whole of Ugenya was only Ambira. And you see, all these students were to go to Form 1. How could they all go? Even those who passed well failed to get secondary schools. And I'm sure those who studied those days know that very well. So to go to Form 1 was something very unique. In fact, during the holidays, you would travel all over in the school uniform, perhaps for just people to know that you have managed it. You have succeeded. So the whole of game where we are now, there was only this school called Yala, the mission school there. And for the Anglicans, Sawagongo was just still a new school, but was a very big, a very unique school because started in style. It was the first school that we saw fully government sponsored with all buildings done. So this is a school with very unique beginning. And I think that because you are in this good school, I want to tell you that congratulations for getting admission to this unique school. Do you accept those congratulations? Yes. Yes, because you have succeeded. Now, to succeed, what are we supposed to do? My other previous speakers have spoken a number of these things. And for me, because I really feel that you cannot come out of this school without some good certificates, good credentials, things that will take you far and wide. So to me, for studies, there are 4 major things. I think my colleague here said something very important. He mentioned them about this goal, leadership, lead measures, scorecard, and something else. But I also want to mention just a few. One thing, we have to write. We have to read. We have to listen. And we have to talk. These 4 things can make you achieve success in your studies. Read, write, listen, talk. What do we think about reading? Read, for example, I want to take one simple subject, that is English or Kiswahili or any other language. Be a good reader. And what is the best thing to read? Read a universal book. Read a universal book. The universal book for us Christians is the Bible. For the Muslim brothers, it is the Holy Quran. For the Hindus, it is the Bhagavad Gita. And for many other communities, they have their own universal books. Why do I call them universal books? Because they touch on every aspect of living, humanity. There is no language that you cannot miss from these books. Therefore, if you are even learning a language, you will learn everything from those books. The other literature to read is the everyday periodicals, like the newspapers. They carry everything that is happening on daily to day. So for language, this is wonderful. And each and every subject has a universal book. What is the universal book for chemistry? It is that book that has been recommended for your level. There are still other literature that you can read for chemistry, physics, geography, biology, and etc. So, right, if you are reading well and you are using your dictionary, you will even be a very good speaker, because all these words that you read, if you look them up in that dictionary, they have even trained you on how to pronounce them. I'm sure that nobody sometimes tells you that this pronunciation that is being put here is actually a product of the dictionary that you see there. So from now henceforth, when you look up a word, also find out how it is pronounced from that dictionary. And if you don't know, I think our good teachers will be of great help. Write. Get used to writing. Why is it so important? These things that you read, practice writing them. Because when we mark your examinations, we mark what you have written, not what you have read and kept in your brain and we cannot see. So be writing. If you meet a good phrase, recite it and be able to write it. The spelling will just a problem of the past. Then be a good listener, especially their radios, their TVs, and listen to the teachers, because the teachers give the best that they have. So if you listen to how they talk, you will know how everything is supposed to be announced or talked, or so you can learn a lot from listening. Most of the people are very bad listeners. When you give a talk, they simply pick like 30% of what you are saying. And this is not right. Be good listeners, then talk. Have your debates. You can debate with yourself. You can debate two people. You can debate as a group. In other words, I'm leading to the fact that you need to have discussion groups. And discussion group of more than 4 people is not a good group, because some others will just be joyriders in that whole thing. So select people who think like you, be able to discuss with them, and I'll tell you what you're supposed to do when you are reading. Now, how do we study? And I think I'm a very good listener, and I listened to somebody here, and he says something very important, that you must have timetable of work. I'm not meaning the timetable that you are given there in the school. That timetable of work must have a number of good things. One, it must have the time, your free time. Time that you are free, that you can go and play about in the field. Even run around, not even talking to anybody, even having a walk must be indicated in that timetable. That timetable must consider all your subjects equally. Don't say that I like this subject so much, I read it more. No. If you have 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. or to 11, and you want to do 2-3 subjects within that time, and then you have one from 5 a.m. in the morning to whatever time, make sure that all your subjects get your best time. Don't put emphasis on one and not the other. Even if you're enjoying something so much, stop it when its time is over and go to another one. Don't over-concentrate on one subject. Because to assess you, we are not going to do it on one subject. We are going to do it in all. And you have heard about the cluster points here. I don't want to repeat what other speakers have said. Your teacher, Dr. Odindo, spoke very well. I'm sorry, Dr. Juang, you don't know how to pronounce my name. My name is Ndeda, not Denda. Please, it is Ndeda, Ndeda. Now, once you have your timetable of work, then stick to it, as I've said. So what do we do when we are supposed to be studying? What is this thing that you're supposed to be doing? All right, here I have my 1.5 hours I want to study chemistry, or I want to study physics, or I want to study geography, whatever. This time must be correlated to how your school timetable was. For example, I did my chemistry and I did this topic. The lecturer or the teacher has given me this much. This is the topic he has covered. Don't go looking at the notes of that teacher and then alone, then you are okay, you are done. No, no, no. This is the time to consult your books, your universal books. Check what was done. Be sure that you understand what was done first. Then check the same topics in these universal books and concretize your notes to the point that you know you are not so well that even if you have a peep only, you are able to recognize each and everything that you studied. And do it for each and every subject and every day. In other words, your timetable of studies should be well synchronized with your timetable of school, before and after. So that if you read a subject today, don't go for that subject again if you are still not clear with what had been done before. Because these studies are connected. They are connected. Don't allow yourself to do that. So that is the way to do it. Then of course, examinations, because I want to wind up that section, there's something important I want to introduce here. How do we prepare for examinations? And before I go there, I want to say something that Dr. Fred forgot to tell you. And he told me to tell you that for those who did examinations up to 2021, you can still apply for university admission. I know you know some of your colleagues or friends who had applied and for some reasons were not taken. If there's somebody who did the examinations in 2021, they are still valid, they can apply. I think that message is important. Don't let somebody rot out there and you know how this person can be helped. Now, so for examinations, examinations I look at as tests that you are given in the class, the end term exams, and even the final KCSE examination. These are all examinations. So there's one interesting question that we were asking ourselves with a colleague of mine, who was an Indian, because me, I studied at Kisumu Boys High School. I did not go to Ramba, I did not go to Sawagongo, but I was called to study in Kisumu High School. Those days, you could be taken anywhere in the country because the schools were few. So I had an Indian friend of mine, and we asked ourselves, well, I hope I'm loud enough. So we asked ourselves, when do we start revising for examinations? So that was a funny book that it asked questions, and then at the end of the book there were answers. So we used to try 2 weeks to exam, 1 month to exam. Then when we checked the answer was saying now. So now is the time, even when you have just come from holidays, the time to start revising for examinations is now. So now is the time. Don't say that I'll start tomorrow. No. Tomorrow will not come. So to do examinations, the best thing to do is to do what is called benchmark. When you have studied your course up to a level that you are now satisfied that are going to be tested from this section of work that I've done, and as you reach Form 4, there are things that you have done, and you have done your notes the way you do. Oh, the voice back. Thank you very much. So Test yourself. You will really help your teachers because they work very hard. You can look for these test papers, do yourself the examination, consider yourself as a candidate sitting, and do it. And then after that, all these things are in your answer book, the notes that you had prepared, and the universals book the books that you have. Test yourself. See how your performance is. If you are a 40% person, then you know very well that, okay, I am only 40%. There's still 60% remaining. So whatever is not working for you, please check the answers to these things from these good notes that you have and from the universal books and others. Then write those answers well and be repeating them, continuously revising those things. So this will help you a lot. If you are an E material, you will find yourself rising to past D. And if you are a D materials, you will go into past C, and so on and so forth. And if this thing is repeated several times, I can assure you that you will start loving education. You start loving teaching yourself. Because even us, when we give you those degrees up there, I just tell you, now you can go and do all that pertains to that degree. I think Professor Micheka knows this very well. So reading will never stop. Yes. Now, if things are not clear, and this is where the study groups come in, because in your timetable, there must be the study group session. Things which were not clear, consultations, consult yourselves. And if still things do not seem to work, your teachers will be glad to see what problems you have. But if you give your teachers these problems, give them early in advance so that they have enough time to synchronize what they want to show you. This is very important. Final examinations, again, benchmarking, that is now KCSE. And what kind of materials do you have for studies, for final examinations? You see, I came to discover that each and every subject that we do, there is a program. I mean, there's an assessment, and they know which particular school does which subject best. If it is mathematics, is it Alliance High School? Is it Mangu High School? Is it Ngara? And all these things are there. And the goodness is that they have now published that, and we know. If it is chemistry, we know that the school that has consistently scored best in chemistry is that school. And you know one good thing that has happened? These schools have published their study materials, and they are being sold. So getting these things is not a big deal. For 500 shillings, you can access per subject. So each of these things, and if you are 4 people, you can divide yourself. If the figure is too much for you, you can just say, okay, now, Mr. So-and-so, you pick chemistry and biology. Get the study books for these things from these best schools. So-and-so take physics, mathematics. So-and-so take this. And then you can share these things within your study groups so that you also make it easy for your lecturers. And that is now teachers. You know, we are all teachers here. All of us you see up here. So that will help a lot. And then when you are now through like now the time you are facing Form 4s, there are also mock exams that have been done by all those schools. You can get mock exams for chemistry published in a good booklet. But the good thing is that they also have their answers. So after testing yourself, then you can check the answers and rate yourself. And this is something that will make you fairly busy. Now, if you do that repeatedly, I can assure you that those A's we are talking about will come naturally, not through other means. Like Mwalimu here talked about those other means. Those means are terrible. They don't take you anywhere. Education is supposed to be a part of you. Like we are speaking this English. It's supposed to be a part and parcel of you. If you have not learned it, then you have a good grade. You will just find yourself being weeded out wherever you are going. We get A's coming to university and they can't perform. So we unfortunately send them off to ask them to do elsewhere because they just did these fictitious means to get those grades. So this must be avoided. And of course, if you have done all these things and you still feel that even that book, these things are also published by people, they might have errors, you can now share this information with your teachers and they will discover where there's an error. And this is something that you can try and should take you very, very far. Now, do not discard these benchmarking materials. When you have them, keep them. They are for the benefit of those people who are coming after you. And that is the beginning of doing something that is called community service. What Julius is doing here for you is called a community service. So that is a part of community service. Don't be jealous. If somebody is doing very well, encourage him. And if there's something you can learn from it, please do. But there are people who are jealous. We used to have some people who, if you did well in class, you did better than they did, they would be your enemies. They would not like you forever. That to me is a bad person. That person cannot go far in this life. It is the above average people who do well. Geniuses have a problem. Why? Because they cannot accept that there is something that they don't know. If they have one failure, that is the end of their life. But these people, you see, they were just up above average, and that is why they are able to exist in this dynamic world. Now, the last thing I want to talk about here is mostly now about universities, and particularly JKUAT now, because you are soon going to make choices. Now, all courses offered in any university have the same entry requirement. So, even when I talk of JKUAT, if there is admission requirement for engineering, that is the same admission requirement for University of Nairobi, for any other university that is doing engineering. So, what I'm going to talk about for the courses that we do actually cuts across all universities. If there are some courses that we don't do, then those universities that offer them, you can these days go to their websites and know exactly what they require for the courses that we don't have here. So in JKUAT, we have the whole university. We have our website. I think that is now a common thing, that you can go to the website and get more information. But we are divided into 5 colleges. We have the College of Health Sciences, I have some few brochures here for JKUAT, for the College of Health Sciences. I will leave you their headmaster. And please, no, there's no headmaster these days. Principal, chief principal. By the way, this is a very chief. These are terminologies that we are getting used to. In those days when we were studying, they were called headmasters. So forgive me, chief principal. I'll leave this information with you and share with these people, because there is no time to go through them. Then we have the College of Agriculture and Natural Sciences. So all health science courses are offered in that College of Health Sciences and Natural Sciences. There is medicine, there is nursing, there is public health, there is physiotherapy, and all those kind of things. And their requirements are all contained here for that university. Then we have the College of Agriculture and Natural Sciences. And again, there are courses like horticulture and other agricultural courses, and even food science courses. They are all under that college. The college is headed by the principal. So under that college, where there is principal, we have different schools, things that we used to call faculties. Nowadays we call them schools there. So, school contains about 3 or more departments. So now those are now the details that are contained in the information I leave here. Then we have College of Engineering and Technology. In short, we call it COTEC. Again, all engineering courses, all courses to do with architecture and all that, they are included there. JKUAT is a very competitive university because we do not have anything called BA or BEd. All our degrees are BSc in something, whether they are things that look, like arts related, they are starting with BSc. So we have several engineering courses. This is one of our strengths. Then we have College of Pure and Applied Sciences, COPAS. Again, there are so many departments. All these subjects, biology, zoology, botany, physics, chemistry, they fall under this college. And then the details are here and the requirements. Then we have the College of Human Resource Development. That is called in short, College of Human Resource Development. And again, courses like commerce, procurement, and so many other things, they are all included in some brochures here. Then we have campuses. Campuses are headed by principals. Some campuses are headed by directors. There are also courses that we offer in these campuses. So a principal or director of a campus is like a mini vice chancellor for that particular institution. I was a director of one of them, and therefore I know very well what goes on there. You are almost autonomous in terms of academic issues, but again, in close consultation with the Senate of the university and the Vice Chancellor. So, no post is permanent in a university. I told you, Professor Micheka was once a VC, and he cannot be a VC forever. Yes. So, all courses, we have term limits. To be a dean of a school has a term limit. To be a chairman of a department has a term limit. So many times people ask me, now why are you not a director now? I had a term limit to serve, so it is over. My important post is that of being a professor in that university. So for academics, what is permanent is you being a lecturer or a professor there. And I think with those many remarks, I would like to wish particularly those who are going to do Form 4 the best. If there is any information that you may want from us, I think that through either Julius or the chief principal, we can get that information and pass it to you. And thank you very much. Mr. Principal, I also have a brother who is a principal, but I don't know whether it's at your level. You know Musa? Oh, yes. That is my brother. And we had another one who was also a principal who passed on. Did you know him? Yes. So, you people of Asembo, be very happy. You also have principals. There are over 50 principals of people from Asembo in Kenya. So, with that, thank you very much and wish you the best as you prepare for exam.
I'll actually just take over the role of Professor Denda to invite. So Professor Micheka was my Vice Chancellor in JKUAT, and let me say something that I used to go to his office regularly to drink tea and coffee, and we became good friends that way. And the reason was when I was in Sawagongo here, I was the editor-in-chief of the Journalism Club. When I went to JKUAT, I was editor-in-chief of the Campus View Students Magazine. So that is how I came to interact with the professor at that particular level. So he's also the former Director General, the founding of NEMA. You know NEMA? Yeah. So all the policy and the framework and the baseline of NEMA was set up by him. And Professor, I think you're also the chair of African Scientific Research? Yeah. So, So apart from Chancellor of Takaniki University, he has a lot of other roles and positions. So it's my humble pleasure to welcome Professor Micheka to come and give his to come and share with you what he has insofar as motivating you and life is concerned. Karibu sana Professor.
You know, can you please all stand up for a minute? Just stand up. You really are tired. I must apologize. I personally, on behalf of the chief principal, I do know and I like to really apologize and say this, that it has been long. I know you have not had your lunch. I know you have not had your 4 o'clock tea, the one we used to have when I was in Kisi school. I know your legs are tired, really, and I'm with you in totality. Your teachers are tired. Unajua wamechoka miguu, wamekaa muda wote tangu asubuhi. Sasa shida yao ni kusema tumeshachoka, lakini naomba mkae tufanye mikono kidogo juu juu. Inua mikono kidogo nyote tafadhali. Sema 10-4. 10-4. Sawagongo. Sawagongo. Kisi school. Nilikuwepo. Mimi binafsi. Unaweza kaa sasa hivi. Thank you very much. You know, Chief Principal, thank you very much for really having us here. Founding, starting, initiating, and if I started wrong with the programs, I take responsibility of those mistakes if the programs that are being taught now are not employable. What they have not said, all of them I checked, is employability of a program that you do at the end of your Form 4, get to the university. How probable, statistically, are you going to be fully, totally engaged at some place or create a job? You'll be an ICT man, create jobs. Somebody in the environment, create jobs. So, colleagues, students, all boys, teachers, mixed, chief principal, really, I will not talk much. They have talked about it, and I'm going to skip through what I thought we would get now that you have sat and everybody has spoken on what I should have said. My theme, I thought, and when Julius invited me, I really sat, thought, and I planned to come from Nairobi to be with you. And I said, I asked him, will the parents be there? No. Teachers? Yes, no. He was a bit evasive. He didn't tell me there shall be great speakers like my madam, like Jelimo who spoke here, she spoke heavy. I've learned, in fact, I've learned more than you guys could think. So you will see how this will come through, and I'm going to spend not much time. Oh, that's for, thank you. You know, life is complex. I salute you. Thank you. Really, it gives me great pleasure to be with you. With humility, I stand here. And my talk was the theme, which theme I now have changed, and it has been covered heavily. I'll take not more than 15 minutes whatsoever. That discipline, that was my theme of today. Determination and the dignity of the hard work. Let me reiterate. The reason I put on this gown, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen who are here, a few ladies, is one simple reason. This is the power of knowledge, the power of academia, the power that whatever you say is reasonably thought about. I can't come here and tell you stories which stories don't have basis. So this gown here, courtesy my brother, I think I had 2 more brown ones from Rutgers. My university I went to is very close to Princeton, actually it's called Rutgers. The big one here is majestic walking, systematic. You walk neat with thought, and this is original, done around 14 BC, this kind of cloth. This hood is a hood. You tell them a bit. Some of the lecturers here may perhaps not know. This hood means if you are taught so nice, so well, like I shall do today in the short of time, some students who have been touched by that lecture and the lecturer and the material covered will walk from there nicely and put in money here. That's why it is a hood. You say, sir, lecturers and professors were expected or are presumed to be actually poor, but rich in mind, and they give you the best they can pro bono. Pro bono means free of a service. So when I put this on, I came here telling Julius I shall give my lecture pro bono, meaning free of any pay. But if at the end of it, I touch any of your hearts, particularly the teachers, you may wish to work gently and put in a few shillings in this room. Now, really, so really, I just as a pastor, so I figured I'll just come by. Actually, many people do not know this. So I'm glad you are seated here in school uniform today. But I look at you as really tomorrow's scientists, governors to replace Nyong'o here. I mean, who's the governor here? My friend Orengo. And I'm really surprised that chief principal, none of the politicians, of course you didn't invite them, none of the MCAs, you didn't invite them, none of my best good buddies I used to work with I still work in the University of Nairobi. Kosura sent greetings, and others who are around other than my colleagues from JKU had appeared. This is the importance or non-importance of academia in the society with a lot of issues sometimes. If I were an MP here and I knew Sawagongo had such a mighty day, this man ingekuwepo nanyi leo. Hata MCA bwana, ninyi kesho mwenda kupiga kura, mwajiita Gen Z. Gen Z, aya, samahani. Gen Z ndio hawa, hiyo ni number 20. That's number 2, it's finished. I'm done with it, I'll finish. Anyway, with that, you dropped the 10 shillings there. I'll give you another 10. So really, it's my pleasure to be here with you and giving talks. I guess, like I said, my professors have not come. I do hope someday they will actually make it. I can put this, no, it can't work. Number 2, really, let me say this, my very short story. As a young person in a tiny little village in Kisii County, I'm giving you my small history, very humble with no resources, a story that we didn't even have textbooks.
at that time, from a village young boy, coming in just about like yourselves, to become really reasonably out into the world and become a world scholar. Born in Kisii, scarce resources, very poor parents. I studied hard, really hard like you, from primary, secondary, university, and then grew up in that village with need, but hard working. Through extremely hard work, I earned a chance to study abroad now, Kenya, and went to the US, Rutgers, which is very close to Princeton, where one of the first speakers actually spoke from. A university which is one of the boldest, 1766, biggest, which makes some of those guys going to the moon is the one that makes actually meals, preparations. So as we grow up today ourselves, I have earned some titles really reasonable. Let me tell you how somehow you work. Discipline has been said. From the chairman of Gor Mahia, hinted on discipline throughout, and I talked about it. Let me not waste a minute talking about it. When I went to work, first of all, chief principal, I was working in IITA, a place called International Institute of Tropical Agriculture in Nigeria. When I finished my PhD, somebody picked me in a conference actually in New York. I was there humble, gave a paper, quite nice paper, presentation, very good works that time. Then some guy said, we do have a job somewhere in a place called Ibadan that time. You can't remember Murtala Muhammad, that time they was thrown over the government. So I was given a post of a research scientist in the International Institute of that place. So I stayed there for a while. Then people like Kea were visiting. Olembo Thomas came to visit. My late brother, Thierry Thomas, actually, Thierry. Thomas recently with Yambo was there for a while again. There I was a lost man, not lost, but I took up international post again. Stuck, but they came and said, hey, Micheka, what are you doing here? I told them, I'm working and I'm earning dollars, like, you guys. So he said, young man, why don't you come to Nairobi? That time I think there were courses being taught in wheat science. Good story somehow. Which a certain gentleman from Netherlands was teaching, but not as good as local people would teach it. He was teaching wheat science in agriculture. Weed, not weed you smoke, no. Weed, magugu ya mahindi, chemicals and all that. Mjamaa bwana nikarudi, wale wakasema rudi nyumbani tufanye kazi pamoja. So I left there and came as a lecturer at the University of Nairobi under Professor Mungai Joseph, who one of you know. And Mungai took me as his son. Young, black, thick hair. I taught there all through. Then in the process, I became a principal. No, I became a deputy principal. You don't know that one. No. Deputy principal of a college. When you start a college, you become deputy, then principal, then you end up becoming a chancellor. Or no, you end up becoming a principal, then you become a vice chancellor when that university becomes a full-fledged university. So really, I ended up being a university vice chancellor of JKUAT. Later on, after being there for a while, government changed and all this, I left JKUAT after 13 years of solid work, solid cementing it, which you can also do. I'm no longer there. You shall come up from Sawagongo, one of you, to run such a place or such a places. There are 80 plus universities. Public is about 38, private another 38 or some number like that. Many, in fact, I'm talking about into university matters. Plus now research stations, Kenya Marine Fisheries, KEMRI, which is Kenya Medical Research, Sugar Research, everything that you think, Ruirus and all this, Kaluro. In other words, there are very many open spaces available. ICT is limitless, you can get it. So really after that, then I went from University of JKUAT, then went to be Director General, National Environment Management Authority. Here, listen carefully. You have one of the most beautiful counties in Kenya, I think. This is a beautiful country with a lot of resources, ecosystems. Think about them. They are taught, available, jobs within, environmental degradation, climate change issues, sustainable development goals, 17 fall in there, 12 of them, no, I think 8, touch on the environment, and they are always almost employing every time. But then you have to go through the UN system, and we have UNEP in Nairobi. I'm talking biggest level stages now, because I'm assuming 561 of you shall be in the university finish. Finishing university is your own choice. You either can finish if you are disciplined, or you can't finish if you are indisciplined, or you keep on repeating. It's up to you. Me, I'm talking at a level higher. You are done, I'm assuming, at this level. So really, there are jobs available. So really, guys, work hard, go there. So as DG, they used to call me DG, Director General, National Environment Management. And I do know this country much more than anybody, I think, in matters environment, including here, including Makala Mines, including Marsabit, including South Coast, places called Shimoni, etc., where degradation and management of environment is wanting. So, you go there. Then I became actually an international member of United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change with different climate change, which we now discussed about pollution. Climate change emanated or came out of United Nations Framework. You can Google that, UNFCCC, Framework Convention on Climate Change, which created all these 17 Sustainable Development Goals. And if you lecturers don't know, teachers, lecturers, the biggest money now available in the world and UN is under climate change and other United Nations. Climate change has much more available funding than perhaps any other international organization. So, let me go back the other way. I started the Inter-University Council for East Africa, which can again get you there. Finish, teach. You can teach in Dar es Salaam, Morogoro, you can teach in Lira, you can teach in Bujumbura, places. Again, I worked there for some time, and I actually resuscitated, started that place. Then later on, I did work on South Africa work, Kenya Education Network, then chairman. Now the biggest one I did was the African Scientific Research and Innovation Council. I'm telling you this because we need people there. Some level, we shall need some people in those areas. So you might well someday find out or Google. Too early now for you. At this one, I know it's a UN issue thing, where I think I got votes during the last time when they were voting UN. I got my votes. We were voting another side, another group, another side. We check, I got votes. I think I got out of 34 countries, I got like 23. Another person failed. So what am I saying? Get a good name, places are available. Then now JKU, I need a lot more than I can't go to it now. Today as I'm talking, you guys, I'm the chairman of the trustee fund, which is finishing actually today somehow, of the National Research Fund. That is a fund for this country, which uses for any research you do worldwide, but within the country comparatively. Every country has a research fund, which I'm chairman to it, and we have been giving money even to actually much more universities, and perhaps doesn't trickle down to you. Then now I'm a chancellor of Saraka University, which is across the mountains. Even in Askia Mirima, those are the areas that we talk about. So really, I'm there as a chancellor, but again, with a lot of potential. When they choose you to go there, it's called the Saraka University in Saraka Nithi. From here, there should be about a day travel Nairobi, then across the other 4 hours to the place. So you can actually make it that place. Then, where it is serious, you people should join the Kenya National Academy of Sciences. This I can't tell them. This is much, much higher than them. Sorry, you better join you people. Kenya National Academy of Sciences, which when you write a reference letter to any place, you shall get that job. I guarantee you that. and I'm the president of that one. This one, I'm looking at them because they're the ones who feed. Yourselves, it will be redundant. Tunaelewana? Lakini bado ingali iko, mtakuwa baadaye mche huko. So really, discipline I've mentioned. Last one, determination has been talked about. You are determined, get determined. Your journey is challenging. Keep moving, never be deterred. Your life has been really full of, you yourselves also too. We know you have challenges, really, family affair, fees, hunger, I do know hunger. You know, I was in Kisi school. It's the same lives. When I see you, I see myself in Kisi school. And we used to fear Sawagongo secondary school when it came to soccer. They used to fix us in soccer. All the time. I was there in the 60s, so those are the times when we knew Sawagongo, Agorosare, Kagumo, Maseno here, very many of those things. So really, my life has been a journey like yours. I have had and seen problems like you. But there's one thing I should say, dignity. When you work with integrity and dignity. The chairman said it, and the first speaker who went, my brother Ambrose, spoke about it. Dignity and the integrity in whatever you do. Integrity comes through that one. So really, as young men of Sawagongo, colleagues, you work. Any course you take, all are the same. Change as you go. Masters, you can narrow down. Bachelors, you can take from any course you need. Philosophy, religious studies, history, mathematics, physics, chemistry, study. That going to the university alone gives you a brain that you can use and make a decision alone. If I taught you in a course on environment and you wanted to do computer science indeed, you can actually translate that into computer science because your brain is not so thick. They said it, he said it. You are carrying, my brother here in physics, I don't know whether it is 2 kilo head or 3 kilo head. In that, the gray matter, deal with it, you can change anything you want. I know people I taught from JK you had now really. Some of them are great bankers, managers, economists in treasury. So whatever you do, get a first degree first completely. Then start thinking. Nobody should lie to you. Don't go. Even when Tibet come, it's up to you. But if I were between Tibet and university, this man, mimi leo nimeenda chuo kikuu, sio kuelekea Tibet. Iko yes, but surely I have another grade up from Tibet, then go to the university again, which is quicker one. And a university one. Sometimes you can be misled, I know, in this country. So broad-based is that's what broad-based. Then what I should say is this, finally, almost finally. My message to the teachers, my teachers here. Let us build a culture of respect to the teachers, to their community. Every country that is developed, to date, Japan, Singapore, Germany, Netherlands, the US, Canada, really have got a passion for education and a profession for education, and they keep their culture and tradition. Culture. Tabia za inchi bwana. Culture, knowing the language. Sasa if you were saying, languages bwana, get them studying and keep them through. Our teachers are images. They are actually, when you see my lecturers here, you see them through me. If I taught you, many who are seated here were students of those who taught them. Let that be an image. When I see people like Jost Agong, or Shibairo, or other people in Nairobi, those I taught in JK, VCs who are there, like about 20s there plus vice chancellors who went under me. I see them under myself and they see me through them. So please be part of them and be sure that you, at least you teachers, your mirror images are there. Then conclusion, you people become unstoppable. Move, do what you can. Sawagongo really is world, the world watches you. You have had speeches. Julius, thank you so much for connecting this university to the outside world. Western came in nicely, talked, and those people will always remember they spoke to you today, the 12th of July, here. They will always remember. And if you went there and said, a good, clean, best student, is going to Baltimore, Maryland University, someplace down there, they will actually say, yes, I know that place. Every minute you spend, my problem is time spending, which really I become an extremely aged man. Don't waste 1 second. The moment you look at TikTok, you could have spent that minute building your mind properly. TikTok, it comes, like my phone is now dead, it's not working. I'm just incapacitated, but I've decided to think I'm not incapacitated. I use every other means necessary to communicate, notwithstanding that my stupid phone here is dead. I've told this guy to deal with it. So let you not be a slave, a complete slave of the present technology. Use it, get into it, do it. But take advantage of what will make a difference in your own life. So every minute you spend on TikTok would be spent reasonably, or to ChatGPT something. Find out the meaning of asterisk. You don't know, I told you, but you already forgot. Find out what it meant. Find out what great scientists here did at some stages. Let us define our lives. Let us define our impact. Let us also know that even if we are so young like this, you can actually be one of the best in society. And I'm so happy that I came here today. I very seldom get invited to some school. Sometimes you are invited to Mombasa, you don't go. Nyeri, you may not make it somehow. So really, you are invited. Principal, thanks for the tea. But these guys are hungry, I know that for sure. So maybe when they live here, you will see how quick they can eat, and we may not wish to keep them any longer at this point in time. I think I really feel for you. So mine is say thank you. I wish you well, and I wish my principal here, he was in Kisi School, he didn't tell you, he didn't even mention it. He was a principal of Kisi High School for like 10 years, this gentleman. But he came when I had actually left, and he was very nice enough not to demolish my house called Ruri, where very many people were there, and my school number was 1878. If I need documentation, I still know my school number. And I was a prefect in the kitchen. I wish you well. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Ruri 1 and then left in Ruri 2. That is the same house Governor Ongwae was also a member of Ruri 1 and 2, and that was also the house Engineer Okundi. Okundi was also in Ruri, and that was the house, Fred Matiang'i, Dr. Matiang'i was in Sameta House, but their house was brought down when the President Moi was building the new structure. So thank you.
You stopped demolition of Ruri House.
Oh, the school is called House System. He went to court because the president wanted to bring down his dormitory. Some of you are not attached to their dormitories. And he left Kisi School in 1964. 69, and he knows his admission number. Some of you have forgotten the admission numbers. Even when you are asked, you think twice before you know the admission number of your school. I'm happy because Professor Ndeda is also an old boy of Ramba Boys, where I was also the principal for 7 years. So my students are here. So the two of my students could write their living certificate. Prof in the last election, I think that was election of 2017. The old boys, one of them was Governor Yangarama of Nyamira. He had lost his certificate. I was to write him a letter confirming that he was a student there. So I wrote his living certificate as my student and signed to Governor Nyangarama. And at that time, also Governor Otichil of Vihiga was also the old boy. He had also lost his documents. I also gave him a write-up confirming that he was my student. We are grateful, and we want to do this last item very fast. Prof, we are, as Mr. Adanga comes out, Prof, we are grateful. I just believe that somebody, I know not all of you, but at least I believe there is one boy that is inspired today. Who is the boy that has been inspired today? I know just one. I know majority don't listen. Majority do not have ears. I know one. But that one, please, let this be a historical day in your life. Let it be the day that you remember that the day that Dr. Julius brought great guests, that was the day I changed. Just like you say in the church, the day you got salvation. Can you say that this day is a special day in your life and something has changed you after listening to these great people? I can see a lot of sports items being arranged. Dr. Tai, you will be in charge. You are now the games master around. So please come so that we receive games items on. Dr. Julius, please come and now present. Dr. Juang, just come and present for us the items. There is already a team here, even if they don't know how to play any game. But I can see the basketball team is already here.
So guys, when I was trying to design this uniform, I was also taking into account that you belong to the Gen Zs. So double-sided, yeah? Like I think this one here is double-sided, yeah? So you can wear it both inside and out, you know? Let me see. This is like the graffiti look. This one here. What do you think about this one? Yeah. So I think with this uniform, I can confidently say that Sawagongo High School is the best fitted in the country. No doubt about that, yeah. And so when you go out there to play sports, know that you are representing the school and know that you are representing what the uniform stands for. That you're supposed to, you know, aspire to your best and give your best to the school. Yeah.
Not like a sportsman.
Huh? Yeah. Yeah, I got the balls. So yeah. In terms of what? Exactly. So I'm a very big fan of Barcelona. So you can see Barcelona ball there, and of course Brazil. Oh, you are?
I'm in Barcelona.
Oh.
I'm in Liverpool.
Liverpool, yeah? Oh, okay.
I'm also in Chelsea. Arsenal, because there was a British guy who was actually Arsenal.
Who was that?
Arsenal in kids school.
Oh.
I knew Arsenal when I was in kids school.
Oh, okay.
I was, this guy misled us. In Arsenal throughout.
Oh, very painful, you know? So, whenever you can take over.
I think you can sit it. You can get. Oh, you've done the photo?
It's okay.
But you can do another one. Still, you can do another one. Yes. Squad, go down there. Those trophies up mbele. The trophies are not visible. Trophies lala kaa hapa chini bwana. Eh? Yes. Kaa hapa chini. Who do you fear? Hey, lala hapo. Lala so that you don't. Yeah, hivyo, yes. Thank you. Yeah. Show it up here. Yes, that way.
Thank you. Can we'll take it to the press now. Leave the uniform, please. Don't carry the uniforms with you. For now. Weka hapo chini. If you are Chelsea, your ball is here. If you are Arsenal, your ball is here. Oh, chess is also here. You have been receiving a lot of write-up about chess. Chess is now here. Yes, we have the chess board. And those who are interested now, you can play. Any other thing? We have trophies, even the golden boot. I can bring the golden boots and certificates. What do you call this one?
Ballon d'Or. It is a trophy for the best player in the world.
So this will be the trophy for the best player in Nyanza. We'll start there. Best player in Sawagongo, and we'll be there. Then the golden boot is here. There is already a trophy. So there are a lot that we did. Have it. Yes. Monadanga, there are other gifts to be given. Please just come over and give. The other presentations.
Okay, thank you very much. For the interest of time, we will award for the end of term one. Results, we'll use the results, and we will give the items later. So we will award the best top 10 students per class. We'll award top student per stream, and we'll also award the subject champions. There are pens, there are notebooks, there are rubbers, there are pencils that we'll give. Then we'll also award the prefects. We'll also award the integrity. In games, there are students who have shown a lot of interest that we'll award, and also the school captain will receive his awards. And we'll also have awards for the best stream, the best class teacher in Form 2, Form 3, and Form 4. We'll do that later. But just to sample.
To pass a vote of thanks. And then we need Juma will pray. Where is Juma? Juma will be close here. Just come close here. So that it is in minutes we leave. Thank you.
To our chief guest, Professor Latemo Micheka, Chancellor Tharaka University, invited guests, Professor Jared Ndeda, Dr. Fred Otieno, Mr. Ambrose Chair, Dr. Selena, Dr. Kilimo Ruto, Dr. Dindo, PA executive members around, our chief principal Sawagongo High School, colleague teachers, and great Sawarians. Good evening. God is good all the times. Wow. I want to take this opportunity, first of all, to where we have come from. You are giving back to Sawagongo, and you have given us so many things. You have given us unique street lights, the basketball pitch or court, the piano, even litter bins you have given us. You have sponsored students in this school, and today you have come with assorted items just to give back to the community. Thank you very much, Dr. Daktari. You have convened this meeting. This meeting has been convened by our Chief Principal, courtesy of you, Dr. Julius. And therefore, I must also take this opportunity to thank our Chief Principal for convening the meeting. I want to take this opportunity again to thank each and every invited guest that has talked here. You have really given us messages of hope. You have really given us very important messages, some of which include the following. You have told us to emulate Dr. Juang in giving back to the society. You have also told us that success goes with self-discipline, hard work, fear of God, and you also advise us to read, write, listen, talk, be humble, do consultation, and benchmark, among others. Pastor Selena has also urged us to be a man. You students, you need to be a man, or you need to be men, you need to be men by standing for yourself, staying fit always, get organized, and be practical. You need to avoid people who are like wheelbarrows, chameleons, and also mosquitoes. Then you have been urged to be part of solution and be unique to, outside Sawagongo High School. We have been advised here by Professor Dr. Fred Otieno that he had shown you how to get to COOP's student portal, where which has been a challenge to so many students. And I also told you to go for the 4 disciplines of execution. That is, you're supposed to set goal, follow lead measures, keep scorecards, and also hold yourself accountable. You have been informed here that across the universities, we have got 5 colleges, and just to repeat, you have health sciences, the College of Health Sciences, Agriculture and Natural Sciences, Engineering and Technology, and then Pure and Applied Sciences and Human Resource Development. So you are the one to choose. And Professor Micheka has told us that if you go to the university, it's upon you to continue with your studies. It's upon you to fail and therefore get discontinued. So it's upon you now to decide. And therefore, today you need also to know that through Dr. Julius, you have been talked to by 5 professors, including the ones that have addressed you from USA, and by 4 professors and 5 doctors, including the ones that have talked from the USA, and 1 doctor who is in our base in Sawagongo High School, that is Dr. Tai, who also received some gifts there. So in total, you have been talked, we have 8 doctors in your midst today. And therefore, I want to tell you students that whatever has happened today, this is more of a career day. And if you are supposed to organize another one, that one will just be the second one. But this one was indeed a great career day. So may I take this opportunity to ask you to warm your hands, and you give 3 hearty claps. I use you. So 1, 2, 3. Again. Thank you very much. Alim.
Thank you. We can be upstanding as we make our closing prayer. After the prayer, we will all head to the dining hall immediately. We will take our lunch and then rinse the plate and now take our supper immediately. Can we pray? Father, in the mighty name of the Lord Jesus Christ, we are very grateful because it is by you that we have gathered here this day. It is in your strength that you brought the visitors that have come, and it is in your strength and the might and knowledge that, Lord, we have received whatever our visitors have, my Father Almighty, impacted on us. We thank you because in your strength